Hello and welcome everyone to yet another game of, well, delicious Dungeons and Dragons.
D&D and D.
D&D. Would you look at that? I completely forgot to do the thing which I should have done, and yet I didn't.
Oh no.
Yes. I forgot to open that thing that just showed up, which is the Roll20 view for the viewers. That's so they can see what's going on. But while I set that up, it's time for some what happened last time around. 2-3 weeks ago. So, after having returned from all sorts of adventures, checking and following up on everyone's individual goals and objectives and endeavors, Halser, Nitria, Ojuk, Ravroff, and Zach all got to do or see or be a part of something in the past few weeks that they have been at the City of Redemption. Afterwards, they joined the guild, but were not doing any sort of guild business for quite a while, choosing to do personal things. Until, that is, the guild called to them and debriefed them on what they would be doing next, which is to go into the Feywild, a otherworldly realm of nature, plants, and life abundant, for the reason that they need to seek and retrieve some sort of powerful artifact or object that will allow them a means of transportation to return from an incursion to the Hells, to Nifldoom, that the guild is planning to do in the future. While they lack those means, they cannot send people there into the Hells, and therefore the Hells keep on sending demons and fiends to harass and terrorize the population of the material plane. Therefore now, you go off into your first step into the Feywild. The five of you went over there after getting debriefed on what to do and what not to do while on the Feywild. A lot of rules were told to you by Anthony, the leader of the guild.
Teehee.
Teehee indeed. After making your way over there and crossing to the other side, you found yourselves in the Feywild directionless. You took a bet on a direction to follow. You followed the wrong direction, but you realized that now you had a very good idea of where you are and where you need to go. So after a very close encounter with drowned ogres or something or other, you quickly and hastily made your way into the opposite direction, crossed the pond, whereupon you found an axe buried in a tree trunk. You retrieved it, decided that it had some magical potential, and kept on going further south until you came upon a library of sorts. Upon inspecting this library, you found an inhabitant on the inside, a Fedeine, which is a humanoid figure with horns and has very pale skin, hair, and features to a degree. They have very flat noses. Their jaws and faces kind of connect in a sort of layered manner. They have no ears, and they also have cloven hooves for feet. Before you have the chance to determine whether or not this person is or isn't a friendly, through conversation you get the idea that they may not be a Fedeine after all. And as they start to shift into a different form, Ojuk wisely goes and throws a bomb into the face of this creature that is mid-transformation, revealing itself to be a gigantic green frog-like creature. And that is where we left off last time in Team Red's game in Conquerors of Nolyn. So, we have a battle map with things. Before anything happens, I need just to remember what was going on. So
I wonder what it could be.
yeah, no, I need to get used to running a game again. I completely forget the things I have to do. The first thing is to throw in battle music and then ask you guys to do a what the hell is it called again?
Initiative.
Yes, roll for initiative. Boy, am I out of the loop.
But Doug, I get to launch a slinged oil before initiative even begins because mid-transformation I decided to oil this guy.
Yeah, you get the surprise turn. None of your party mates do, though. Because you're such a silly boy, you. So. Ojuk, make an attack roll, I guess.
Do any of us know anything about demonic frogs?
Not really.
I don't think so, no.
Okay.
Let's see. Yeah. Man, playing music is horrible. Anyway. Actually,
Ravroff needs initiative.
yes.
Anorak.
Sorry, I was waiting for the magic sling to either hit or miss.
Ah,
Yeah, same.
Yeah, you can already roll for initiative. Yeah, that is within range. Okay, fair enough. So I would say everyone can go ahead and make an Arcana check. Oh wow.
Well, that was spectacular.
Well, I can't do any worse than that, so...
I mean, no, you can't, actually.
So, Ravrov and Zach, you both are quite studious and you know a thing or two about these monstrosities, whatever they are.
Green salads.
Yes. They are indeed green salads. Looking at this hunched over, big-headed frog-like creature, you know a thing or two. You do know that they are spellcasters. And that they used to be once an actual creature. These creatures called Slaads, they implant little tadpoles into other creatures, and then within time these tadpoles they grow inside of the person and then take control of their host, therefore turning them into another one of these Slaad or Salaadai, or however you pronounce that word. So you know that, hey, maybe don't get hit by this creature up close. That's an observation that the two of you make, and when it gets to your turns, we'll be able to tell your party mates about that. Meanwhile, Ojuk, as you throw your flask of oil, it fails to hit the precise target. I'll say roll a d20. Just to see what happens here. Alright. So you overshoot it. Actually, no, never mind. You undershoot it. Sorry. So instead of hitting everything behind the Slaad, you hit everything in front of the Slaad. It detonates just a little bit beyond the chasm, whereabouts of here, where I'm pinging, and it fails to really hit the creature. However, it does deal a little bit of damage.
So, how many squares are coated in oil in front of him?
It burns in a big burst of flames.
It wasn't ignited, Doug.
It wasn't.
It wasn't.
You didn't have time to light it.
Never
Yeah,
mind.
I dropped an unreadied flask into it.
So, yeah, very oil flask.
Suddenly, Doug no longer has the need to worry about the fact that his monster is going to die in one hit.
Yeah. So that green square is where oil is on the battlefield.
Cool.
Now the
10
creature.
DC Dex check to avoid slipping in that spot? Question mark?
No. I'll avoid the necessary rules because that can get tricky.
We already have lava.
Yeah, you already have lava. And hooray for me, the creature goes last.
And we have 2 initiative ties.
Do we? Yeah.
Oh, us.
Between Zach and Ravrov, and then Halser and Nitria.
Well, Zach and me, Zach has the higher dex, so.
Okay. So, Zach, it would seem like you're up first. What are you doing?
I guess I will set my claws on fire and then move and dash, jump over the chasm and end next to Apocalypse Frog.
Sure. You do just that. And the remainder of you do see Zach doing that. So next up is Ravrov.
Okay, let me see what I can do. I can. Well, the only thing I'm going to do is stay back here and Eldritch Blast this thing.
Okay, fair enough. Look at you all applying your met magics.
So currently it's still just one blast. Boop.
Alright, that hits. From far away you hit this creature and deal 2 points of damage to it.
I don't know why that's not in there, but it should add a extra 4. So,
From your charisma, I believe.
yes.
Alright.
And then I am going to cower behind a table.
Sure.
Checks
Sure.
out.
You go behind the table and you duck and take cover as best as you can. Next up, Ojuk. What are you doing?
I will actually move here, and that puts me within 60 feet of him. Let's see. Bonus action, Hunter's Mark, creature. And I will try to launch another sling.
Alright.
This time, it's only a ball bearing.
Sure, it hits with a 17. As you spin around your sling and release it, it hits the creature square in the face, dealing 10 points of damage. Look at you.
Oh, good. I was worried that it would have damage resistance.
Oh yeah, it does.
Oh no. I've
But
doomed us all.
it doesn't suffer
Oh,
as
it's
any.
magic.
It doesn't suffer
magic,
as any
right.
damage from the attacks it used, so you're good.
It's also a magic weapon, so that I'll overcome it. I'm being stupid.
So, Juk, are you doing anything else?
Not at this time.
Okay. So, as your turn ends, Halser and Nitri, I believe the two of you are tied for initiative. Both of you with a 16 dexterity. Who goes first?
Well, I could go first, since I need to just reposition. So I'm gonna reach here, jump through here, and then move exactly. I'm gonna dash and use 2 movement actions to reach this point.
Alright.
And I can't do anything else.
You can enter a rage.
Yeah, you have a point.
But he would fall
Okay,
out of the
then I-
rage if he doesn't get attacked.
Yeah, I'd rather go into... Well, I'm gonna go into Frenzy directly.
So, Halser, you are raging. And that's your
Oh,
turn.
no.
Okay.
Yeah, it has no better.
That's the most distraught image I've seen.
There has to be a better rage symbol somewhere over here. There we go. That's cool.
I'm pretty sure there's one in the
It does
default
better.
ones. Like that. That's good.
Eh. Anyway, Halser, you are raging, and that's your turn because you can't do anything else. Next up, Nitria. Are you muted?
The girl with
God
the
damn it.
100-mile-per-hour movement speed.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking things. This is a bookshelf, right?
Yes.
Okay, well, Nature is just gonna poof dash, and she is hiding behind that shelf.
Cool. Not even gonna question that.
She knows she can't get in and attack right away, so she's biting.
Okay.
You don't have a bonus action dash, do you?
No, not yet anyway.
Well, fair enough. So you go over there, and do you do anything else?
No, Oh, well, I guess I forgot. Been weeks. Yeah, show Corey mark. Bonus action Corey mark.
There
She would
you
have done
go.
that before she went out of line of sight of it.
Alright. So Nitria, you quarry mark the creature. It's double marked.
Hell yeah.
And that's your turn.
Yeah.
Okay. Now is the creature's turn. It is going to do stuff. What stuff will it do though? Well, you guys are hacking close to it.
We're so spread out.
Yeah. So at the beginning of the turn, the wounds on the creature inflicted by your attack seems to heal up some. And then the creature is going to go ahead and just let out a growl as it sees Zack and Halser coming closer and just starts wailing at the two of you. So, Zack, it's going to try and bite you.
Oh no. Giant froggy, don't eat me.
Oh,
Unless the infecting begins.
oh,
I'm too
shice.
cute.
That is a natural 20 to hit you.
Oh my god.
No, that doesn't hit.
Okay. You suffer 16 points of damage.
Ouch. 1-6.
It's not as bad as criticals could be, I suppose.
Oh yeah. Was an 11 plus 5. And this is the strongest attack the creature has, so now it's going to go ahead and claw at you and Halser. So Zach, against you is another claw attack. It tries and rake up at you and hits with a 22, causing
Goodness me.
9 points of damage.
Which I should alpha because I'm in rage.
That was on Zach.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
me.
okay, sorry.
Now for
You'll half the
you,
next damage.
now for you, Halser, it tries and claw at you, raking up as well. He misses with a 12. Look at that.
Of course it would miss the one with
Right.
the billion health.
Well, he did.
Run, bitch, run!
And then as the creature now looks at the two of you, after raking the two of you, it's holding a staff on its hand, and it kind of just throws the staff into the air and says something in a language
Says.
none of you understand. But the staff the creature just threw into the air seems to come into life. Because it just kind of stops and hovers there and then starts just scanning the room to see what it will do next. So, top of the initiative order is the creature's staff that is just hovering over there above the chasm. Well, above the chasm.
Well, it no longer has its spellcasting focus, guys.
May have
Yay.
others.
Maybe.
Maybe. So,
Maybe if Zach and Halser can pull it forward in their turns, I don't know.
the
I guess we can flank, but yeah, no special.
Yeah,
idea.
I intend to move into place to give some flanking.
Alright, so the flying staff that is just there, it goes ahead and... This is weird, but what it is going to do is...
Drop directly into the lava and burn up.
Wouldn't that be nice? I doubt it.
10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Sure, why not? It's gonna go ahead and create a wall of ice as it casts the 4th level spell, Wall of Ice.
Oh,
Well then.
How
Have a
tall
girl.
is the wall, Doug?
Come again?
How tall is the wall?
It's height. I believe it's
I think they're square panels.
I believe it's 10 foot high.
Yeah, I think Wall of Ice is 10 foot by 10 foot panels.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's concentration.
On the staff,
So I
yes.
think yeah,
The staff is concentrating. Oh no.
I can't imagine its con is great.
If it's 10 foot by 10 foot panels, it either has to be 5 foot shorter or 5 foot longer. It's an odd size right now.
That is true. It would be this big. It completely
Wall of Ice.
blocks off the two sections. There's Ravrov and Ujuk on one side, and then there's Halser, Zach, and Nitri on the other side with the creature. And the staff, the two of you.
I'm in
Forget
danger.
How tall did you say this room was formerly?
I didn't say it was any heights, but it's about 20 feet high-ish. It's a...
Okay, so half the height of the room is clearly obstructed from roughly a third of the room. Okay.
Yeah. So, however, it does block Ravrov and Ujuk's view.
tall enough to? Isn't that like a huge creature?
No, it's a.
No, it's large.
It's a large creature. It still is still obscured by the wall.
Yeah, if we can see its little horn tip sticking up, we still can't hit it very well at all.
Maybe if
Yeah,
you jump
that's
up
like-
on tables.
Actually,
I think we're gonna have to deal with
15,
the staff
16
before it tries to
cover.
kill us.
Actually, when the wall is cast, it would not be cast there. It would be cast over here, forcing you, Halser, to go ahead and make a lovely, delicious dexterity saving throw with advantage because you can see the source of the thing.
Okay, with advantage.
Yeah, it's your barbarian class feature, I believe.
Okay.
Alright. You succeed. You are pushed further into the wall, into this small secluded area, and you suffer half damage, which is... Oh boy, how much is half of that?
And now we're flanking. Thank you, Wall. You're so
He's
helpful.
also
Halser, you suffer 18 points of cold damage.
Okay.
does his frenzy also reduce that or not?
No.
Nah,
No. Okay.
it's only barbarians.
And that was the staff's turn. Next up is Zach. What are you doing?
Well, the wall just put us in flanking positions. That's very nice of it. Also,
You are bloodied, by the way.
oh, that I am. Very much
Chug
so.
a potion is an action. I've got one.
Yeah, but then my bonus actions aren't really a thing.
True.
He wouldn't get saved by the amount of healing potion would give him.
Yeah, I can take it as a bonus action because I wouldn't need one. Doug, inspiration cards.
Right you are, I completely forgot about that. Thank you for the reminder. Look at me being all rusty as shit.
Yeah, fortunately I
You
intend
need
on
them.
very likely using one.
Sure, fair enough. There you go. You have inspiration cards.
Day 6, that's useful. Okay, so then I'm going to spell strike a mud ball straight into his face. To blind him.
Fair enough.
So I'm going to claw at him. Does a 15 hit?
16 hits because we're flanking. 17, I mean. Sorry.
Oh yes, 17 hits. Right, yes, flanking. Cool. So that is 8 points of that. Plus 3 mud balliness. Ignore the extra fire.
Alright.
And he is now blind.
He be blind. Oh no.
Mud ball is so weirdly good.
I know. And then, as a bonus action, I'm going to drink my potion.
Okay.
That's
think-
2d4 plus 2.
Yep.
I think you can also get away without opportunity attacks if they're blind, because they have to be able to see you. Yes, that is a thing.
Yeah, but I would probably want you and Halser to have... Well,
Flanking.
actually, you also have advantage, don't you? So... anyway, I recover 9 hit points.
And
Do I want to run away? Nah, I'll stay there.
Alright. You decide to stay there and help Halser and Nitria. So, as your turn ends, Ravrov, what are you doing? You can no longer
Well-
see half your team and the wall, and a flying staff seems to have shown up.
Yep. I'm going to move over to here. I have no idea how much health this thing has, so... But I just saw it cast Wall of Ice, and that's a major spell. So I am going to Hexblade's Curse the staff
Sure.
to get that extra damage.
It's hexed.
Doesn't it get disadvantage on a certain ability check? Or ability check that you choose?
Well, I don't think it's going to be grappling us anytime soon.
No,
No,
but that could
that-
be Constitution.
That's a save, not a check. No, not an ability check. It's a save check.
Oh, is that?
Yep. Everyone
Yeah,
makes that
plus
mistake.
that's normal Hex. That's not...
Oh, that's why I was asking.
Oh yeah,
Actually.
right. It's not that either.
Interwisdom.
No, I think this
I
is...
So,
don't know what it's casting with.
Ravrov, as you Hexblade curse the flying staff of frost magics, what are you doing?
I am then going to use Sapping Sting.
Okay, I have no idea what that spell even is. But
The target must succeed a Constitution save or take 1d4 necrotic damage and fall prone.
oh no, it would be horrendous for it to fall prone right now.
Well, I think things that magically float stay there, prone.
Well, why not? Let's bring up the prone condition and read about what the hell it causes on flying things.
I think it's actually in the flying section.
Probably, yeah. Fly
Classic
speed.
conundrum. Is it floating, flying, or... Well, I can't say that other word on
Well,
this.
if it's hovering, it stays in the air.
Okay, yeah, it is hovering.
Well,
Anyway, Constitution saving throw coming right up. That's a big fat tree. It fails.
Doesn't it also take extra damage from your...
it does take extra damage to the curse. It takes an extra 3
I think your...
or 2.
Yeah, it's your proficiency mod.
Alright, it takes extra 2 points of damage. It makes another Constitution saving throw for the wall. That's super cocked between a 7 and a 1. Regardless, it fails.
Yay.
And the wall is gone.
Fuck yeah.
Hell,
And then I go back into hiding.
Sure. So, pretty useful turn. Ravrov helping his allies right before he goes back into cowering behind the desk. Next up is Ojuk.
I moved here. I'm pretty sure that was just in range. Check that. There. Yep. Make sure that's on. And aim at the frog.
Alright, go for it.
Wonder if my page is lagging. Nope, there it goes.
18 hits. You can roll for damage.
Yep.
Okay, that's a whole lot of damage.
Yep.
That's 15 points of damage even.
Yum.
So that's your attack action. Are you doing anything else?
I'm trying to think if there's any crazy thing I can do that would be beneficial to me.
roll again to see if you, with advantage, crit.
I wish.
That is true, the creature is blinded.
What type of action would it be to pour oil on the 3 squares around me?
It would be an action.
Okay, so I can't do that. I guess that's my turn.
Okay. So, Ojuk, you stay there, lob another sling at the creature, and that's it. Halser.
So first action is gonna be an attack using advantage from Zack.
Sure. You have advantage +2 because you're
Yep.
also flanking. Okay, that hits. And deals a
Nice.
Oh, nice.
whole lot of damage with 16 points of damage.
And it's dead.
Now, because I'm in frenzy, I'm gonna use the bonus action as a second attack.
Sure. That also hits, dealing 11 points of damage. Good, good.
And now, as my movement action, I can actually move 1 space to leave an opening for Nitria if she wants to attack melee.
I was also gonna probably move to the other side just in case Zack fell. You would still have flanking. Nitria can make it
Okay.
over there.
Okay,
I mean,
then I can just stay.
that's diagonal's arguably more opposite than this is, if you think about it.
Both ways work, actually.
Yeah,
But still, Zack needs help in case he dies or rather falls down.
Yeah.
well, that's it for my turn then.
15.
In case it gets forward by the frog.
Yeah. So, Nitria, you're up. What are you doing?
5. 40. Yeah. Nitria will zooming is what she does best. And she will take a swipe at them as she runs by. Shit. Oh, I have advantage and flanking. Because
Yay.
yay guarantees. Hopefully. Ooh!
Oh no!
And they also have to make a con save.
Oh boy.
I mean, they already have disadvantage from the blindness, but just in case they
I don't think they have disadvantage on con saves if they're blind.
no. But what my sword does is gives them
Oh, right.
disadvantage on attacks.
Yeah. So it suffers how much? 23 points of damage? That's a lot of damage. The creature is bloodied in this
And-
single attack, Nitri. Constitution saving throw for the green Slaad. Is an 11, which fails, I believe. I mean,
No, it
succeeds.
succeeds.
Yeah. Okay.
And she's gonna keep on zipping and get herself up here. I assume those tables aren't taller than like 4 feet, so she would be able to just.
Yeah, you
normal.
can just
Jump
vault
over.
over them. No brainer. And that's your turn, I believe.
Yeah. Oh, Quarry Mark damage. I forgot about that. They also take another 2 damage
Oh
from
no,
that.
that's all he needed to die. But
Is
no,
quarry mark a fixed number?
Yeah.
yes, it is.
Okay.
And now the that's it for your turn, Nitria. Next up is the green Slaad. It restores some hit points, not enough to unbecome blooded, but still.
Okay, so necrotic or fire does not cancel its regen. Got it.
It's a thing. Next up, what is it going to do?
Try and not be blind.
Which is an action, I believe.
Yep. It's either got to keep sucking, cast something that makes a save, or take its action, making itself not suck again.
Well, I mean, it can't target us with spells while it's blind.
Unless it has like an area of effect thing, but they have a Mage Slayer next to them, so that would just go great for them, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, you can
I'm sure
attack
they
them.
don't know that.
You can attack them if they cast a spell, right?
Yep.
That is true.
I still have the advantage flanking, so this good. This is good position to be in.
All right, so oh man, what do I do?
It curls up into a ball and cries.
If it cries, though, wouldn't that clear its eyes?
Well, it'd probably have them closed anyway, so...
Man.
I also think the fetal position counts as prone.
Yeah.
We already have advantage on them anyway.
Well, it'd be cancelled for our ranged fighters.
Yeah. I
I
can't.
guess if the staff is prone in the air, shooting it's a bad idea.
You know, you think the whole prone thing wouldn't count for like really big creatures? Like this thing lays on the ground, it's still a freaking mound. It's not like
Yeah,
somebody would have trouble hitting it.
I can't decide, so I'm gonna roll a dice for it. Okay. So what it's going to do, feeling that the wall of ice is not there anymore, and it got hit with something from far away, it's going to try and target Ujuk and Ravrov with a big old nasty spell.
Ooh, I get to do me an opportunity attack.
You do. And Ujuk and Ravrov, the two of you get to make a dexterity saving throw.
I'm good at
Say it.
those.
I was gonna say it would have like triple disadvantage for a ranged attack.
Oh my goodness, look at you with your 24. Ravrov, you fail.
Oh no.
I'm going to hold on to my card because I don't think it would help here.
Fair enough. Oh, you lucky bastard, Ravrov. You
Ooh, did I do enough to kill it?
No, you didn't.
Ow!
But Ravrov, you suffer 27 points of fire damage as the fireball explodes between you and Ujuk. And Ujuk, you suffer 13 points of fire damage.
Hey guys, I have 1 hit point.
Holy shit.
I know what that's like.
So the creature suffers 11 points of damage from the... what's it called? From the your opportunity attack, Nitria?
Yeah.
And it makes another con save.
Oh,
Or
yeah.
be subject to something it's already subject to.
Yeah,
Hooray.
it makes it
It's
with
just-
a 12.
Okay, that's fine.
It's good to remember those things. Alright. After casting a spell, it can't do much else. Just gonna stay there. Yeah,
This is fine.
it's gonna stay there as your party is suffering. Verily. Next up is the staff. What is the staff going to do? It's gonna cast a spell, obviously, but what spell though?
It's going to reevaluate its staff life choices.
Oh no, the wording on this spell is ambiguous.
Fine.
That's not good. It kills everyone in a 5-meter radius.
It's a tricky one.
I mean, it basically just has to staff sneeze on Ravroff. It's bad.
Steve?
But Ojuk's over there. It was intended to sound absurd. But Ojuk's over there, so if Ravroff falls, the one person who has actual healing abilities is over there with them, so we're fine.
Yeah, why not? Why not? The staff is gonna fly, or rather hover, over to... Oh, damn. Yeah. I believe over here... The angle of these cones are so odd, but that is enough to hit both Ravrov and Ojuk. As the staff flies over there and casts a spell. I will need both Ravrov and Ojuk to make a Constitution saving throw.
Well, Ravroff was going to die anyway.
Yeah, if this wasn't a armor thing, I was gonna die, period.
Yeah. I'm afraid so. So, that's going to be... Yeah.
Well, at least the staff won't fall into the lava.
Guys,
Says Ravrov.
that did more than my total hit points.
So,
Yeah, but not your max total.
No.
The...
My max is...
no, you have to deal double the maximum for it to kill you, I believe.
No,
I think
it's
that's from
over
full
your
health.
maximum and negative damage.
Well, regardless.
Yeah.
The staff hovers over there, and when it does, it coalesces in this misty, frosty fog around it, and then it starts coalescing at the tip, and as it does, it releases a blast of cold, frigid air that expands from this staff all the way across the room, covering the entire air with icicles, freezing both Ravrov and Ojuk as the two of you suffer 46 points of cold damage.
Dear Lord.
That is more than my maximum hit points, but at the same time, I was reminded by Bad, I get to half that,
Because you're Dragonborn?
because I am a Silver Dragonborn.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Durganburn.
So you have that to 23.
I am down to 0.
You're down to 0.
You're a sculpture, but you're not a dead sculpture.
And Ojuk, you are blasted by that energy as well. And according to the wording of this spell, a creature that is killed becomes a frozen statue, but none of you were killed, you were just brought unconscious.
You said 46.
46.
What's the DC on that?
12.
Yeah, I'm gonna spend my card to half that, and
You-
I'll just be KO'd.
The opportunity to have done that is already passed.
Well, Doug, I have a problem. I only have 30 hit points. If I get put down, I'm actually below my full max hit points if I take all that damage.
Fine, I'll allow you to use your card.
Good, thank you.
Fine, you get to live.
Oh no, I'm KO'd, but I'm just glad I'm
Oh.
not a dead frozen statue.
I have like a chance to survive now.
Yeah. So the two of you are knocked out. Ravrov and Ojuk, you freeze, and you just collapse onto the ground, shivering and curling up, trying to remain conscious, but the cold just takes you and you lose consciousness. So both Ravrov and Ojuk are out of the initiative order for now because they are unconscious. And that's the turn of the staff. So next up is Zach. What are you doing?
I guess I'm going to claw our good friend the salad twice.
Sure, go for it.
With advantage, because
Blind.
it decided to be blind still. Silly frog monster. You're going to die. Hello.
Oh my, it might just die.
Okay, so first attack does
Awesome.
14 damage.
10 points of damage. The fire damage is halved.
Okay, it's immune to it resists fire.
Oh wait.
Oh, well.
Oh no, never mind. Carry on.
And the second attack, unfortunately, doesn't crit. Sad. And does 9 damage, or 7, or whatever.
6 points of damage. The fire is halved to 1. That's your turn, Zach, I believe.
That's my turn, unless I move.
Cool. So, Ravrov, now is your turn. You are unconscious. I need you to whisper a death saving throw.
Oh boy. Trying to find that. There it is. Ow.
So, Ravrov, you try your best to cling to consciousness, but it's just too big of a contrast of the fiery hotness of the lava, the frigid cold, the world around you, the pain that you're feeling down to your bones. You don't find it in yourself to get up and keep on fighting. As that death saving throw has that result. So write that down. Next up, Ojuk, same thing. Whisper to me a death saving throw. Ojuk, you think to yourself, this is not the way.
I play dead.
This is not the way it's supposed to go.
Don't even blink, man. I am playing possum.
I'm guessing that's a natural 20 then.
Yes, Ojuk, you come back with 1 hit point after rolling a natural 20 on your death save, but you decided I'm not gonna do anything. So death saves happen at the beginning of your turn, so you have your whole turn to do whatever you want. Are you doing anything?
No, I believe for... Oh. Yard crew with a leaf blower. I'm gonna totally feign being dead right now. I want the staff not to just blow me away when I try to heal myself. I'm
Okay.
gonna feign dead.
Make a performance check. By the way, Ojuk, Ravrov, you can, according to our rules, use one of your hit die to reroll death saving throws if you would like.
Not yet.
Okay. So...
Has to be performance. There's no other thing I can use.
Deception?
Don't worry, it's a stick. It shouldn't have very good.
Actually, no.
insight.
It's performance. I'm gonna let you get away with deception. What the hell?
Yeah, this is acting. Acting.
Either one. Maybe it's not that smart.
All right. You do your best to play dead. Let's see how that goes. That's your turn then, right, Ojuk?
Yep.
Okay, next up is Halser. What are you doing? As you see 2 of your party mates fallen across the room.
Well, I'm still into full frenzy, so I'm gonna attack like crazy.
Makes sense, yeah. Go for it. You have advantage.
He's going to hack, whack, chop that meat.
He just gone down did it.
Oh yeah.
With a 13 points of damage.
And since I'm still in frenzy, I'm gonna use bonus action as a second attack.
Which also hits, dealing
Oh yeah.
12 points of damage to a creature that only had 10 hit points.
Hooray.
Fuck it up.
So tell me, Halser, how do you defeat this monstrosity in front of you?
I actually stab him right with my great axe, and then I throw him against the oil pool. And then I just start shouting all sort of very nasty imprecations.
Sure. You hack, chop at it, and then when you go around for your second strike, you just pull all of your weight behind it, not only chopping him, but also pushing him with the force of your strike, forcing him to kind of just fall and topple over into the oil pit, as you call him all sorts of all manner of names, and just make sure that he is humiliated both in life and in death. The creature is
stupid
dead.
green salad thing.
And you still have movement. Are you doing anything else?
At this point, I'm gonna just stay behind the desk to prepare for the next attack against the staff, if nothing else happens.
Okay. So you stay there and prepare. Nitria, what
Yep.
are you doing?
Nitria knows people fell, but she can't actually do any administering, so she is going to bone. Hold on, let me check something real quick. Doobie-doobie-doop-boop-boop-boop. Oh yeah, that's plenty close enough. She's going to quarry mark the staff.
Alright.
She is going to use her action and dash and get right up in its fucking face.
Sure, you do that.
Its staff head.
Hi, Mr. Stick. Or Mrs. Stick, I'm not going to assume.
So you do that, you run over, jump over the lava pit, chasm, and stop right in front of the staff.
Okay, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's all there, so yeah.
Okay, alright. Next up is the staff. Cistern. It is going to
Kill Nitria.
right?
She's probably the most well off out of anyone to be right up in front of this thing, so.
Alright. So Nitria, you see a similar misty, frosty fog coalescing around the staff as it did before. And you see it forming and coalescing at the tip, almost as if getting ready for another such blast, like it just did.
Well, I do have advantage on whatever saving throws happen, but as it casts a spell, I do want to take that opportunity attack on it.
And you prepare yourself to go against whatever sort of ludicrous spell this broom is about to cast. And as it tries to coalesce this fog, and you're so focused on it that you don't see don't notice until the last minute, as the staff just kind of whips around and smacks you, or tries to smack you in the face with a melee attack. So that's going to be wow.
Quick step that. They have
Uh,
disadvantage.
okay, sure, fair enough. So
Not
disadvantage.
expecting that.
First roll was a natural 1, so the second is a 6. It misses. It tries
You
to
tried to pull a fast one.
yeah, it tries to spin and whack you, tries to pull a fast one, and you just dodge backwards, and you see the staff just spins in place until it spins out of control and sort of just falls to the ground, clattering a little bit before it has the time to start readjusting itself and hovering right back up. But that's this thing's entire turn. Zach, what are you doing?
Well, curse my tiny legs.
All those spaces are majority ground, so you should probably be safe if you jump to them.
Well, no, the problem is I can't quite. I don't want to use my action on that so much. So I will go that way. Actually, no, he doesn't know that Ujuk hasn't died. So he's going to run all the way up that way, and then he's going to cast Magic Missile against the Stick of Destiny.
Okay, go for it. So the staff suffers 9 points of damage.
That's right, fuck you, staff.
And that's what you do, Zach, I believe.
Yep.
Alright, fair enough. At the end of your turn, Ravrov, once again you try to resist the clutches of the dark. So whisper me another death saving throw.
I'm gonna re-roll that one.
I thought so.
I'm guessing that was a natural one.
It was.
Not good, but better.
Okay, you try to resist the clutches of death, but you feel the weariness weighing down on you, and it's just too much for you to bear. Next up, Ujuk, you're still playing dead on the ground, I believe. So what are you doing? Ujuk?
So I'm gonna spend half my movement to stand up and move here. I'm gonna spend my dash action to get over there. And I'm gonna bonus action drink a potion.
Okay, fair enough. You gulp down one of your potions of healing that you have.
Yeah. Let me double check something on that. Let's do.
It should be a 2d4 plus 2. Regardless, that's the entirety of your turn, and as that happens, next up is Halser.
Okay, I'm gonna try to move and jump through the chasm. So, 3. Using the second action for dash, so I can reach the other side. And then I go behind the staff.
Okay.
And then I use my special action as an attack.
Let me just double check that you can do that.
Sure.
Oh yeah, you can. Surprisingly. So yeah, sure, make an attack roll.
Okay, there is still flanking, and I'm gonna do a reckless attack, so I have advantage.
Okay, so that's a advantage and a plus 2 on that attack roll.
Yep.
That hits with that delicious 24, dealing 8 points of damage to this staff, which now is getting splintered.
Great.
Which is a staff's version of bloodied. So
Fair enough.
that ends your turn. Next up, we have Nitria doing something. What are you doing, Nitria?
Nitria is going to slide under. He's going to administer a healing potion to Ravroff.
Sorry, I accidentally quit the streaming chat.
What?
So, nothing. Anyway. You...
That is how much healing?
You're spending your action to do that.
Wait, can we use a med kit right now? I didn't know we could use those like in combat.
For you to be able to use your healer's kit, you need to have a feat.
Yeah, I figured that was a thing. Okay, so yeah, I can't do
I thought
that.
you could stabilize him with it as an action.
Yeah, you can use your healer's kit to stabilize him as an action, but not heal him. He'll just stop making death saves.
Well, yeah, the goal here is stabilizing. So yeah, if I can do that, then yeah, she would just take a use of. She has her own healer's kit too, so she'll take a use of that and bandage over his wounds.
Okay, you just because this is a 6-second turn. You just pick a bunch of breeze shrub herbs from your healer's kit and just shove it down his mouth, hoping that it stabilizes him, and it does.
Okay. And she'll, confident that he's at least stable now, she will slip back out right in front of this thing. And I think that's all she can do.
We still have a bonus action.
My bonus action can only quarry mark, and I can't attack with bonus actions.
Alright, fair enough.
Yeah.
So, now is the staff cistern. As it notices the two of you flanking it, is gonna once again try and start to coalesce that frost energy on its tip, and as it tries to do that one more time, it seems to fail, and Nitria and Halser, make an intelligence check.
I'm guessing it's out of juice.
That's weird.
Sure, she knows like shit tons about magic, but couldn't figure this one out.
Nitria, you believe...
I'm like, stick is broken.
Yeah, Nitria, you believe that the heat from the lava pool is interfering with the stick somehow.
Uh-huh.
Regardless, you get the sense that it can't use its magics while here. Halser, you, however, do get the sense that after so much bashing and striking, it's broken somehow and it can't do magic anymore. Regardless, as it whips around, it's going to try and strike at you, Halser, with advantage.
Yep.
And hits with a natural 20.
Damn it.
That's odd, but that happened.
I'm not going to blind the stick for you.
Please do not.
It's
So
gonna remove the stick, damn it.
Don't think I can.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think a stick is immune to blindness.
So Halser, you suffer 17 points of damage, halved to 8, plus 1 cold, so that's 9 points of damage total.
Fine.
Thwack!
It's a very heavy track.
Ouch. It's like grandma.
Sorta, yeah. And yeah, that's the staff cistern. Apparently it can hurt if you want to. So Zach, what are you doing?
Zach is probably going to
Make a perception
jump
check.
over.
Oh no, never mind. Never mind. Carry on.
Zach is probably going to skip over the lava pit in a way that only he knows how. And I think he will... I really need more ranged options.
Get this.
30 feet in a straight line. Ooh. I haven't used this spell yet. I'm going to cast Bladed Dash in that straight line, and along the way, Omewa Mo Shinderu the stick.
Okay. I don't remember that spell, but sure.
It's one of my own, but you did permit it.
It's
I checked.
basically like a mini Steel Wind Strike.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, it's been
dash through people and cut them up.
it's been forever. I read your spells. I don't even remember what happened last game. So go figure. Anyway, carry on.
No advantage, unfortunately. Sad. Never mind.
Oh,
Awesome. Make your damage roll.
I've done so.
That's
It's delightful.
8, 12, 15 points of damage. Holy shit. That's nice.
Yes. As I said, Omewa Mo Shinderu.
So Zach, you jump over the chasm, and as you're jumping, you use the arcane mastery that you have to cast this spell mid-flight, and before you even land, as soon as your feet, the very tip of your toe touches the ground, you already vanish into this arcane dash, appearing on the other side of Nitra and Halser with your claws outstretched, as if you had just struck at something. And in fact you did, struck at the staff that is still floating, but it's looking very splintered. It has cracks all over. It's hanging on by a thread. But I believe that's also your turn.
Yep.
Fine. Next up is Ravrov. You are unconscious but stable, so your turn is skipped over. Ojuk, what are you doing?
I'm gonna use my standard movement to move down here. I want to know if the green salad is doing anything.
No, it's super dead.
No signs of regeneration?
No.
Okay. Then I will cast Cure Wounds on myself as my action.
Alright, you do that.
Bonus action, I will move my Hunter's Mark to the staff.
You...
I don't know if I'm in range, actually. Check that, I might not be.
Oh, sure, you Hunter's Mark the staff.
60.
But that's your turn, I believe.
Yep,
Alright, you heal 8 hit points.
8 hit points.
And that's your turn. Next up is Halser. Once again.
Okay, so I guess I'm gonna try to finish off the staff. So I'm gonna do Reckless Attack against it.
Alright. So with advantage and a +2 from flanking.
Yep.
And an 18 just hits.
Fine. It's still in one piece.
No, as it happens, it is not. It is in several pieces, as you just strike down at it with your axe, and as you go, bringing your axe down, the staff is kind of wobbling in the air. At times, it's kind of laying flat horizontally, but sometimes it kind of stands up, staying vertical. And in one such time, as it's standing vertical, you decide to descend your axe onto it, splitting in half vertically, which is quite impressive. As you do it, you just see splinters of wood flying into everywhere. And as you finish parting the staff completely, you just see small sparks of cold energy flying off of it. And as you finally bang your axe against the ground and the staff just falls to the ground, completely immobile, you notice that it's fully, truly dead. And you look around to notice that whatever we were just fighting, it's over now.
What a waste of a good
Oh.
magic stick.
Well, it can be turned into magic toothpicks.
Ah, yes. +1 to get those stuck vegetables out of your teeth.
Well, if combat is over, I'm gonna move back this way.
Yeah, you guys you're no longer in battle. You're just doing your own thing. You're in this room. Your friend Ravrov is prone on the ground, unconscious.
7 points of healing for Ravroff. My last spell.
Sure.
Quick thing to address. I'm pretty sure Zach is the only one who got hit by the Slaad. And I think he also made one of the high arcana checks to know what happens when you get hit by one.
The question is hit or infected in some way.
He got bit and hit like by basically every version of its attack it had, so
Oh yeah, it was critically hit even. But no, Zach, as you remember, briefly, from your studies or your
Brief skimming through fiendish folios.
you remember that there are many Slaadi out there in the world. The green one does not infect others. It does, however, can cast all sorts of spells. Well, all sorts, like 5 spells, 4 of which are kind of bleh. You know that the green one does not have the power to infect others. There are other type of Slaadi out there who can, and totally will, if they have the chance.
Slaad-da.
okay.
So
well,
that's good.
everybody's stable and fine and not infected with little alien worms. Atria is going to jump back over and she's just gonna look around for things. I imagine we haven't. Actually, she's probably the only one who would have seen the carpet because she hopped across the tables.
I want to pick up the staff and come back over here by them.
Well, yeah, Zach was gonna see if the staff was still usable.
Okay, Ojuk and Zach make an Arcana check as the two of you sit around the staff trying to examine its properties.
Zach, bring the staff this way and let's look at it. Okay?
Okay, fine. I'll take the wooden stick over the precarious pit of lava. Actually, I'm not going to sit that close to the lava. Jesus. Okay.
And as all of you kind of skip back and forth over the lava chasm, Ravrov, you're more than glad to just stay behind and leave the hopping to others.
Quick question.
There is no way for me to go to make it over that lava anyway.
We leveled up from that, right?
We need a rest to level up.
Yes,
I think the session has to end. Level up.
you will level up as soon as you're out of the Feywild and back in town.
I thought you got like the statistical stuff. You just didn't get your HP and stuff back.
No.
It depends on the person running the game.
I mean, if you make a long rest right now, you will level up, but it's up to you if you want to risk it.
Nah, this was more of like a it would be neat type thing than like a oh man, this is totally critical.
Well, I'm going to add a 6 to my 12 to get an 18.
Alright. So, Zach, along with Ojuk examining the staff, you find that it's completely broken and fully beyond repair. It was once magical, then it became animated, and then it became destroyed. And you would need a very powerful arcanist to be able to reconstruct all the magic that was in it. But alas,
Question
you can't. Yes?
question for the DM about it. Is it purely wood, or are there any stones of any other valuable pieces, possibly, or even magically valuable pieces to it?
No, you get the sense that it was enchanted and wasn't necessarily imbued with any sort of extra materials to give it its powers.
Okay, so is it a completely useless stick that we would essentially be re-enchanting from scratch, or can it be restored?
The former. It's useless.
Darn.
I recommend we roll the pieces of the staff in the oil, roll this frog around in the oil, and push them both into the lava.
Well,
I
the
agree with
frog
this
probably
plan.
has useful stuff.
Yeah, you could harvest it first, then push it into the lava.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Speaking
harvest
of
it,
that
kick
too.
its ass, and throw it in the lava.
Speaking of which, Nitria, I need you to make an investigation check to explore the whole place.
Well, she's specifically looking. Well, actually, question beforehand, so we aren't doing meta here. Does the carpet stand out amongst the things that are laying around here? Like, it does look like it visually from the map, but like as far as an immersive perspective, does the carpet stand out amongst the other stuff around here?
I think to any person, it might seem odd there's a carpet in this place.
It does stand out because you see the cobblestone floor all over the place, all over this
Okay.
entire room. There's no other carpets to be found anywhere. And this one, it looks very well kept to be in this place. You get the sense that this doesn't belong here. It feels odd in this room.
Okay, then yeah, she would. The reason I was asking was because, like, thinking visually, I'm like, I don't know if this place has like tapestries on the wall, and it like generally looks like it was once owned by somebody who was more posh or whatever. So, like, yeah, that's why I was asking. I didn't know if the map was.
Well, once you get a
Reflected in a
river of
literal-
lava inside your house, you kinda drop the wall tapestry and good furniture thing.
Yeah, you've really let the place go at that point.
Yeah.
So, Nitria,
so,
I'll need you to go ahead and make me an investigation check as you loot around.
I just said she's specifically like focusing on the carpet. That's why I asked if it stood out.
Oh yeah, it does, but I mean, there's a whole library of
I mean,
things.
I guess I'll
you
general looking.
Yeah, I just want to know how much of this loot I have written down. I'm gonna give to you guys.
15.
Quickly. Add more to it.
Add your
Oh, I can do that. I forget about this card's existence. Oh, it's a 7 too, so make that a 22.
Oh.
Doug, I used my card to save my life, so I can lose mine too.
Oh yeah, you can just you can drag the card from your thing to the screen. It shows up, and then I can just delete it. There you go.
Ooh.
It also helps me with seeing which card is which. So, Nitria, looking around the library, you, with your delicious, lovely 22, you find a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Yay. Things.
Yeah. Hey, it's like investing and making sure the payout's good.
Yep.
You find that there is a very odd-looking carpet on the floor.
Gosh.
No.
Really?
What a surprise.
That as soon as you find it odd that it even exists and is there, and as you try to think like, what the hell is this even, and examine, it stands out to you, and you seem to remember in your studies of magic and such that mages, they have many ways of transportation, such as teleportation, but lower level mages uses other things to go around. Some of them do cast fly on themselves. Some of them decide to cast fly on an object over and over to enchant it with the power of flight. And although the secret of enchantment, of flight per se, has been lost, you get the sense that this might be one such object. You find a lovely ass 4 feet by 6 feet carpet of flying.
Oh man. Sorry, Zach. Comment. Okay, so
On top of
I-
that, you also find other such things. You find that you try not to think much of it right now. You kind of just, I imagine you roll up the carpet, or you just make note of it to go back to it later. Looking around the room, you also find a potion vial.
I'm assuming with a potion in it.
What languages do you speak? There is inscriptions on the bottle.
Common, Draconic, Elvish, and Undercommon.
That works. It seems to be a potion of stone giant strength.
Ooh,
You have my attention.
yeah, she'll.
For
I'm
1
taking
hour.
notes in my inventory, but we'll, divvy them up as people need them.
Sure. For 1 hour, you can be a strong boy or a girl. You also find what appears to be books that you have read of in tales and stories you have read long time ago, but you always thought most of these books seems to be works of fiction, kind of like the Necronomicon and such. But there it seems to be, right in front of your eyes, a book with such titles. And as you look through the pages, it's filled with text. In a language you can't quite speak. But you can recognize the titles. And you imagine that, oh boy, these are rare books. And as you look around, you find 6 of such books.
So do I put just 6 rare books, or am I putting them by title? Do I recognize the language?
Just 6 rare books. The language, you don't quite recognize it.
So it's not just she doesn't understand, she doesn't know what the language is at all.
The rest
Yeah,
of us would
I'm
see
a little
her handling
confused,
these
yeah.
books.
I imagine so. She's not being sneaky about anything.
We can compare languages later and see if anybody can understand what they are.
Ravroff has eyes, special eyes.
Yeah, I was thinking we have a probably flying carpet here, and if we could figure out to use it, we could get Ravroff over onto the safe side of the moat and
Hell,
Oh,
just
yeah.
bring the books with and we'll check them out when we're headed back. Get to keep all this stuff aside from the rug.
yeah.
Maybe the rug as well, if we're lucky. Doubt it, though.
Only if we,
Well, what the magic item they were describing was to get to the Hells and back, and I don't think the carpet has transportation capabilities, but not interplanar transportation.
I heard
capabilities.
something about flying and
Yeah.
transport, which that describes.
Okay. I don't really know how that would get you to the 9 Hells, but I'm
I don't
sure
either.
we just flew through a crack in the sky, I guess. But
Oh, hey,
wanna-
if it's not quite what they want, then we get a free carpet.
Yeah, we'll find
Yeah.
out from them what we get to keep. Do we want to double check the body thoroughly and then dispose of it? This thing's
That was
gross.
my plan. I was just waiting for Nitria's stuff to finish off.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yep.
Is
Lastly,
that okay?
Lastly, you find a small jewelry box. That you find one of those.
Jewelry.
Yes. This
A
seems-
small jewelry box.
Yes, it seems very intricate and well carved.
Can I look inside?
Of course you can. As soon as you open up the lid, you see
Make
a
a
s-
Constitution save.
right, make a deck save. You see a very simple looking necklace with it's very simple. It's a beaded necklace, and on 4 beads to one side, 4 beads to the other side. And on the middle, there seems to be a small medallion with apparently runes inscribed upon it. I don't imagine you speak Draconic.
I do. That's one of my languages.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, you reading the Draconic in these runes. It seems to be a lovely ass color powerful evocation.
Oh.
Oh my.
Does she know what that does?
Make an Arcana check.
Oh yeah, she does.
Heck yeah, you do. These are beads of force. You can pick up one bead, throw it at a target, and deal force damage to it.
Okay.
I would love to have the necklace.
Oh
You-
no.
Oh yes.
Oh. You could shoot the beads with your sling. Oh man.
That's terrifying.
I was just about to be like, but you already have a neat thing. I'm like, but your neat thing synergizes with this neat thing.
We'll drive people crazy later.
Furthermore,
I like that idea. I like the bead of force slingshot.
oh man. Furthermore, looking around, you also seem to find a oh no, yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it.
Oh.
What was that necklace called again?
Bead of force.
Oh, that's the
Yeah.
and the necklace has 8 of them.
Yes.
Then we will just say necklace with 8 beads of force. Actually, Leo, why don't you put that in your inventory if nobody objects?
With no objections, I'll do.
I mean, part of me wants the thing, but if the other part of me is like, oh my god, that's awesome.
Yeah, like, I think it's one of those things that everyone would want, but come on, the idea of him sending those through that slingshot is just...
It makes me happy in ways that should be illegal.
I admit
Exactly.
it's fun.
So I think Leo should get the beads of force. So yeah, just you have the necklace with 8 beads of force on it. And we don't know anything about the books yet, but Nitria, I guess, will grab the carpet and she'll go back and share the books with Rav, and other people can do their things.
All right. So you you go back to the other side of the chasm while you are trying to salvage things from the corpse of the Slaad.
I'll do my usual thing of take some blood and then see if it has any cool shit on it.
Do your what? Sorry.
My usual thing of taking blood samples for science reasons.
Okay.
And then checking over the body to see if it had anything cool with it that wasn't the staff that we fucked up.
Cobalt, you have a couple of vials to get blood with. I still have 3.
I topped up my vials from
Oh, good.
Anthony, so I should be good.
For my information, Doug, how much damage do the beads of force add, or do themselves?
Oh,
It's a 15. It's a DC 15 Dexterity saving throw or 5d4 force damage.
yeah. And anyone that fails is completely an area trapped inside this sphere. Oh.
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 Yeah, it can also
Okay.
you can trap people with this.
Yeah. That's yeah, so basically when you shoot this bead of force, basically what I'm imagining this will do in your sling is basically how it works normally. It lands, and the bead basically explodes, and when it explodes, it makes this suspended spear of force energy that lingers for a minute. And when the bead lands and explodes, they have to make a DC 15 Dex save or take 5d4 force damage. Ones that succeeded on the save and are partially within the area are pushed away from the center until they are no longer inside it. Anyone that failed is completely within the area and is trapped inside of it.
For a minute. Cool.
Yeah. So this'll be fun. No, only breathable air can pass through sphere's wall. No attack or other effect can. And it can move around in it like a hamster ball. Sorry, that felt worth mentioning. It can also be picked up, so if Halser's feeling extra strong, he could carry something trapped in a sphere around.
I can try playing bowling with it.
Oh man.
Okay. Let's focus on the other things we find and take all this stuff back.
Yeah, I think I heard that the sphere has a fixed weight as well, or something stupid. But I could be wrong.
Well,
So
the sphere
nothing
itself
else
only
on-
weighs an ounce.
Yeah, and I think everything inside it doesn't affect the weight. But anyway, onward to what we're dealing with. We'll deal with all that fun
Yes.
stuff for another encounter.
So, is there anything else on the Slaad?
So, Zach, you try to salvage some blood from the creature. Looking around, you find nothing else of note in here. Aside from getting the sense that this library doesn't seem like it was built by this Slaad creature. And you can't help but to wonder who actually built this library, and despite aside from the lava chasm on the middle, why it was abandoned? With so many books still inside of it. And you can't help but wonder that there's some hidden story to this, but you don't see the means to uncover this story. Regardless, the oil dries, or you throw the oil and the Slaad on the lava for it to melt, I believe.
Yep, that's the plan.
So the jewelry in the picture isn't necessarily on the Slaad. I was gonna say, does it have the jewelry that it was wearing in the picture or something, or not?
No.
Oh, sadness.
Yeah,
I want
and
to keep blinging.
In our heads, we can think those were the necklace beads of force. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, that would have sucked if he used those.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Fwoosh goes the whole thing, and the whole Slaad and the remainders of the broom, I believe.
Yep.
And the five of you are now standing in this library, thinking to yourselves on what is the next step.
Well, Nitria is putting the books that were found out for Ravroff to comprehend.
Okay. So Ravrov, I believe you're using your eyes of the whatever to read through these books.
I'm at least looking at the titles right now.
Okay. These are some seemingly interesting books that you find in here. One of them is titled Turtles of History. Another one seems to be titled Shield of the Banished. Another one seems to be titled Priests of Freedom. Another is Descendants and Owls. Another is Army of the Forsaken. And another is, surprisingly enough, Eating at My Enemies.
Cute.
Even with only normal intelligence, I find it interesting that The books can be read in the library, but not out in the Feywild.
Wait, was that a thing? Nitria couldn't comprehend the titles.
But we couldn't read scrolls or books out in the world without them, like, doing weird things.
Oh yes, the things that we got from the ogre pit were evaporating.
I think those are kind of... Oh,
The words were running away.
the one that we had to snap shut again to keep more words from running.
Doug, can I get those in a list format, please?
Yeah, I was just gonna ask too.
Of course you can. It's Turtles of History, Shield of the Banished, Army of the Forsaken, Eating at My Enemies, Descendants and Owls, and lastly, Priests of Freedom.
Who wants to carry those? Nitria is already carrying it by default, but who wants to?
Each book weighs about 2 pounds.
I can carry all of them, but I have to drop my hunting trap. Which seems to be okay, to be honest.
I mean,
I think Nitria could carry. Hold on, so that's.
I've got another 14 pounds of weight, so...
Nitria, what?
Same.
Wow, Nitria packs pretty light, and she's decently strong, so she could pretty easily carry them. If we...
Rav is pocketing 3 of those.
So, I will note the other ones in mine.
If we can both read the Priests of Freedom, I'd like to do that.
So, Ravrov, you pocket 3 of those books. Nitria pocket the rest, and thusly the books are divided amongst all of you. So, with that divided and done, what else are you guys doing?
I would think me and Halser would try to lead people safely back to the exit.
Alright.
I assume everybody's kind of beat up, or
Yeah.
lower on magic.
Yeah, I don't know if we should rest here, but we are in a time constraint.
By the way,
Yeah, we definitely shouldn't rest.
Halser, your frenzy rage is done and you gain 1 level of exhaustion.
Yep.
Just so you know. Just let me double check your character sheet real quick. It does not have an exhaustion tracker, I don't think. Let me enable it for you real quick. I go over here and find the thing. It should be here somewhere. Yeah, exhaustion tracking.
Notice that Nitria didn't take a single hit in that fight.
Just another 5 frenzied rages before you die.
Yeah.
Hooray!
That's fine.
So, as it stands, Halser, you have disadvantage on ability checks because of your exhaustion.
Well, we were told to head straight back once we were done, so... Besides, I don't think we can survive whatever's at the end of the other 2 cardinal directions of the tree.
Yeah, I'm all for heading straight back.
Yeah, me too. I mean,
We
it's
did the thing we
dangerous.
needed to do.
Doug, even though it might be unlikely, where is the exhaustion tracker?
It's not turned on by default. You have to go into your character sheet, go into the little cog, and then to the very right, the third to last option is show exhaustion tracking. Right above the character mentor options, the first from the bottom in the general options is show exhaustion tracking.
So, yeah, I assume we're onward, and Halser, Nitria, and Oshuk will probably kind of hug the front. Actually, no. Also, Arnoju can take the front. Nitria will linger behind.
Yeah, I kind of wanted to take and travel up front with Halser so that I can hopefully help keep tabs on what's going on with
Yeah.
the walk.
Okay.
And Nitria is probably, like, she, I think, has the most health right now. So if something gets us while we're trying to leave, then it's probably
Okay.
best if she takes the hit.
Considering I have decent survival and perception.
Yeah. Nope. Yeah, that's
Fine.
plan of action. We will do a head back, and Nitria will cover the flank, and Ojuk and Halser will do them a lead. And
Okay, so the 5 of you leave the library, the Fedeine library, and you track again through the Feywild, leaving that behind, and deciding now to go back whence you came, right?
yes.
Yep.
All right. As you look around, even though you have not spent that much time down there, as soon as you exit the library building, the whole outside world feels different. The colors are different. They have somewhat shifted. Not quite into dark, like nighttime, the blues and such, but it feels like almost like if you're looking at a rainbow, like the whole world is enveloped in a rainbow. It seems like this rainbow has rotated into another colors, and the whole sky now feels somewhat purple and red. And you looking around, you don't get that big of a sense of where the sun and north would be if you hadn't already determined those directions. You get the sense that it's ridiculously easy to get lost in the Feywild if you're not being careful about where you're heading and going. Regardless, you decide to mentally map this place as best as you can and start to trek back to the way you came, back northwards. And you do so, once again trying to take care and step into the right places this time around. So who is guiding the party?
Me and Halser.
Yep.
Okay.
Should we roll survival, perception? What should we roll?
To find your way and make sure that everything is alright. Actually, you already have your way, so this would be a perception check. The two of you can make separate checks. Halser at disadvantage.
Okay.
Well, damn.
We're fine.
So, the two of you are very still some adrenaline pumping into your bodies. You're very wary of your surroundings, trying not to get jumped by anything else. And to a degree, you do that very nicely. The whole not getting jumped by portion of your travel. As you're walking away from the library and now approaching that pond with an axe in the axe embedded in the tree trunk, as you start to approach that whole area, all of you get this somewhat tingling sensation, as if this whole environment somewhat disagrees with you a little bit. Halser, you specifically get a very big sense that the area does not want the axe that you have to be in there.
Oh, I thought we already took it.
Yeah, you already took
Yeah,
it,
it's on
but
his-
you're bringing it back.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
we're taking it through again. Yeah,
Yeah, I guess we should go fast. Kinda don't want
We
to
should-
leave it here.
or apologize to the trees if we're bringing back terrible memories. Literally.
Yeah, I could try to have a talk with them, try to ease them up.
Sorry, passing through.
So, as all of you approach once again the pond and start to go through it, you notice sitting at one of the tree trunks is the visage of a woman. But not quite. As soon as you are close enough, you notice that it's not only a woman, but she's draped in robes made of flowers and plants, and you look at her face, and her face too has a very greenish tint to it. Now somewhat dimmed by the purplish light in the sky, which gives her a very reddish quality to her face, almost menacing. But her expression isn't quite so. She seems to look at the five of you with curiosity as you approach the pond in the middle.
Ravroff, do you think you and me should try to greet her in Elvish and or Sylvan?
We were told not to talk with these people.
I know,
just
but
ignore and
at
go
least
on.
asking to pass.
Can't we go around the pond? I don't remember.
We were told to, or we were essentially also told that those rules should only be followed if convenient.
Yeah, Nitria will kind of pipe up a little in Elvish from the back, and she'll be like, "Hi."
And this is how we die.
Yes, hello. We're just trying to pass
I could
through.
also try to talk with it.
We want to get this axe out of here so the trees can recover. Goodbye. Move on.
And you say that, and the woman with flower garb seems to just look at you all curiously. She takes a hand to her mouth, almost as if to cover it gently, as she seems to giggle a little bit. And she just looks at all of you one by one, and then her eyes trains on you, Nitria. And she's like, "Oh,
Hi.
what curious visitors we have today. But you, more so than the others, aren't you, little girl?"
I don't know why I'd be more so. Why do you say that?
Oh, I know the people that come to these realms from elsewhere. They are told not to talk to us, not to play with us. But you don't care for rules. You do what you want. You have even taken a taste of this world to yourself. Come closer, curious girl. Why don't you come here? Let me help you see things a little bit more clearer. And Nitria, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw with disadvantage.
Oh boy.
This is what you get for licking the juices of a tree when there's tree spirits around.
Team Wisdom.
Oh wow.
This is totally how it go though.
Yeah, that's how you die. So,
Zach would like to stop her from moving.
okay, so Zach, as you notice that Nitria seems to be bewitched in some way by this lady sitting in one of the tree trunks, and you try to reach for Nitria, you notice that some trees that are around, they seem to the previous trees that were not doing anything, that the couple ones that were just standing there, they now seem to grow they seem to become animated. They awaken and start to interpose between you and Nitria, and you just see one big branch just coming down and slamming the ground between the two of you, just as you're about to reach for Nitria, and you notice that they don't seem quite hospitable of you seeming to tamper with them and their schemes. Are you doing anything else, Zach?
I would like to go around the thing and pretty much just make every possible attempt to force Nitria not in this interaction.
I'm gonna sound like a total jerk, but I would just want to move away from the party and skirt around the whole thing while waving at the lady. I just want to get out of here alive.
Okay. So, Ojuk, you decide that fuck this shit, this is not for me, and you start to move around. And Halser and Ravrov, are you the two of you doing anything else?
I'm actually going toward Nitria.
Okay.
I'm gonna drink my other potion while I'm at it as an action.
I'm going to step forward and guessing what this is. Say, you will let go of her, Dryad.
And Nitria, I assume, is totally charmed, and she's just like, no, guys, it's okay.
Yeah. Oh, Nitra, you are more than charmed. You're completely, well.
Oh yeah.
You don't have a grasp of your mental faculties right now. You're just bewitched by this lady. So, as Nitria, you're trying to approach this lady. You seem to hear noises of protest behind you, and it would seem like someone is trying to stop you from fulfilling your goal of talking to this lady, and you're not entirely sure why. There's nothing wrong going on. She just called over to you and you're approaching to see what she wants. Maybe she needs help and you're more than willing to provide. These people behind you, though, they don't seem super chill with that. And since they are trying to stop this from happening, I would like everyone to roll for initiative.
Oh man, and
here
we're
is gonna have
really good at acrobatics and dodginess and stuff. This is.
Doug, are we moving left to right or right to left on this map?
You're moving from right to left.
Oh.
And here I was hoping that Zach would just like be shoving Nitria through. It's like, nope. We're busy.
So, Ojuk, you'll need to roll for initiative.
Sorry about that. I went to minimize my sheet at one point and it closed.
It does do that from time to time.
So, Nitria, you're still going towards the lady as she keeps beckoning you, but Zach is having none of that. So, Zach, what are you doing?
I really wish I had a yeet spell right now. I would like to try and get Nitria to go as far in that direction as possible.
By doing what?
Alright. What are you doing? Are you grappling her?
Sure, I'll pick her up and run away with her.
Okay. Give that your best try. If you're making a grapple check, you need to roll athletics.
And I would roll acrobatics, right?
Yeah, to resist.
Actually, could I quick step this? Does this count as an attack roll?
It's not an attack roll, no.
Well, I couldn't remember, because you can grapple as part of an attack action.
It's an attack, but it's not an attack roll, I don't think.
Yeah, it's not an attack roll. You cannot quick step, unfortunately. Feels odd, but you can.
Ooh.
So, Zach, you notice that Nitria is bewitched, and you try and grapple at her. And Nitria, you feel like as you're moving towards the lady, something tugs at you. So you are considered to be grappled. And Zach, you're trying to move Nitria away from the trees, right?
Yep.
Okay, you can move half your
On the-
movement speed.
So probably 15.
Yep.
It's like, Nope.
You moved me basically
Nope.
the same distance.
yeah. It's like, nope, we're busy. Sorry.
So, Nitria, you have no movement speed as you're grappled, and Zach is trying to drag you away. But that is the end of your turn, Zach. So now, at the beginning of your turn, Nitria, you are grappled. What are you doing?
Well, she's still.
Yeah, never.
Red, so she's.
Yeah, you're trying to resist the grapple.
Yeah, and yeah, Nitria will try to wiggle out.
Okay, so Zach making another athletics to try and keep grappling Nitria.
No, it's fine.
We're in a hurry.
Holy dog damn. Look at you.
Come on, Zach.
We're not buying anything.
We were told to go there, do the thing, come back. This is the comeback step.
Nitria is trying to like shake him off her legs.
Yeah. Surprisingly enough,
No,
Zach is
no
very
flirting.
strong.
You're already taken.
Oh man.
Zach, we wouldn't mind.
She might mind if you don't come back.
Yeah.
But
Okay, yeah. The
that's all she could do, I think.
yeah, that's your action. You have no nothing you can do with your bonus action, so that's your turn. Next up, by the way, you are grappled still. Ravrov, what are you doing as you see this scene developing right in front of you?
At this point, I am going to sidestep through here, get close to Zach, and is this a spell that can target somebody else? No. Unfortunate.
Was it? Were you gonna try Thunder Step?
No, Expedious
Oh,
Retreat. Expedious Retreat on Zach. But that's not going to work, so I'm going to hold Person Nitria.
Oh damn! Look at you guys. So
Ooh,
Nitria,
and that's a wisdom save, right?
yeah, you make
Yep.
so with disadvantage.
Disadvantage. Oh, wait, hold on. That may be a 1, but let me check something real quick. I may have... No, he's not quarry marked, so yeah, okay.
You are a Shinsu. You have your reaction to Maid slay someone if you would like.
No, she especially wouldn't attack Ravroff.
All right, fair enough. So Ravrov, you successfully hold Nitria. She is restricted. Which I forget what that does, but I imagine it does bad things. Anyway.
Basically, like...
She is immobile.
Yeah, that she is indeed. Restricted, you become immobile. Fun. That's your turn, right?
I'm going to finish my movement from here. Was here. Moved up to here. And going here.
Alright. So you cast the spell on Nitria, hold her in place, and then just goes right across, closer to the other side where you can hopefully cross safely. That's your turn. Next up is this big old tree that is right there. This one right here. It does not like what you're doing, Ravrov, so I believe it's gonna go ahead and try and slap you in the face.
Oh no.
How rude.
From where it is, it's going to try and attack you, Ravrov. Boy, that hits with an 18. Dealing...
Shield.
Okay. Look at you burning through spells. Don't you have only 2 spell slots?
Yep.
He didn't cast a spell in the battle, or a leveled spell at least.
Surprisingly, yeah. So that 18 misses. Lucky you. Otherwise, it would have dealt 15 points of bludgeoning damage. So
Give us some strong trees.
yeah, they be. So yeah,
And that means my AC has increased until my next turn.
up to 21, I believe. Cool.
Suddenly, the highest AC party member.
Yeah. Next up is the Dryad. She definitely does not like what your whole lot is doing. Yeah.
I'm guessing her charm effect doesn't end early if she attacks friends or whatever.
No, this is a different type of charm.
Yeah. Just checking. Be really convenient.
Actually, you don't quite know what it does.
That's fine.
So it's gonna go ahead and see that all of you are trying to be nasty about this whole endeavor. She's going to go ahead and cast a spell on the two boys over there on the back who will be trying to run away. So I need Ujuk and Halser both to make a strength saving throw.
Should I have disadvantage?
I don't think it's disadvantage
Unfortunately,
on
I think
those.
Halser has disadvantage. He still has his.
No.
Yeah,
That's an ability check.
Ability checks.
Okay.
Yeah, saving throws are not ability checks.
Oh, okay.
Alright. Dog damn, look at you. So
We are committed to not fighting right now.
I'm noticing. So what's the DC of this? I was almost gonna say bitch. What's the DC of this lady again? It's 14. The both of you make it. You are not
Fuck.
You are not restrained, but you are in difficult terrain right now. As she casts Entangle on the whole area beneath your feet, grows with deep vines that tries to snap at your legs and hold you in place, but you're too fast and too strong, and you don't let the vines grapple you. And that's her turn. She's concentrating on that. Next up is the other tree. It seems to make quite an effort to unroot itself and move closer over here.
That's goddamn terrifying.
And then it's gonna slap Zach.
No, I'm too beautiful.
I'm too cute to hit.
So Zach, as she tries to hit you, you dodge, also bringing Nitria down with yourself, and you dodge the attack as both of you just feel a swooping tree trunk, branch, swiping over your heads, nearly hitting you, but it doesn't quite. Not with a 14 at least. And that's the awakened tree's turn. So Ujuk, what are you doing?
Well, let's see. Probably sheer stupidity. Move up here, and I'm going to try and take the flying carpet from Nitria.
Okay. Make a sleight of hand check. I'm calling this a DC 15 because that's Nitria's armor class. Holy damn.
Wow.
Look at you guys.
Nitria doesn't even notice. She's just like, no, it's fine, guys. She doesn't even notice. She just lost the carpet.
Okay, so Ujuk, you pull back the carpet from Nitria's person, and you have it in hands. That was your action. What else are you doing?
Just step back
Okay.
to here, which uses all my movement.
That's
least
two
it's the
opportunity attacks, right?
No. He didn't leave the range of the trees.
Oh. Oh yeah, because they got longer range.
Yeah.
I'm going to say in Elvish, because it's the best thing that this thing might understand. I don't want any trouble. That's the end of my turn.
So,
Take your trophy, I'm good.
Juk, as you say that, the flower lady, the Dryad, says, "Oh, neither am I. I just want to talk to your curious little friend." Halser, what are you doing?
I'm gonna actually try to reason with the Dryad. I can't really speak Elvish, but you know, it worked with the trees. So I'm gonna point at her that we were the ones that actually removed the axe from that tree, and we need to go back to from where we came to remove and destroy that axe. It seems to be doing bad things to this place. We really don't have time to play.
Make a persuasion check, Halser.
Oh, that is a check.
She looks at you and you see that she doesn't stop smiling, but for a moment you can see this smidgest twitch on her mouth as she just keeps looking at you. Oh, so you still have the axe. You should not have brought it here, you know that that's not good. I just want to talk to your friend, then maybe you will be allowed to go. And Halser, that is your action.
Yeah, I guess that is, but I'm gonna move closer to Nitria,
Alright.
and that's it.
Fun. Next up is Zach. What are you doing, Zach?
Oh, I just remembered something. Oh well. Too late now. I have advantage against spell saves from somebody who's right next to me.
Oh yeah, you do. Zach, what are you doing?
I'm trying to see if I don't get bitch slapped. I'm going to use my action to disengage,
Fair enough.
and
Do you have to make continuous grapple checks to drag somebody at the start of your turn?
No,
Okay.
he just gets to do that. So he pulls you along, Nitria.
I would be in Ravrov's space.
You
well,
yeah, it
I'm
would be...
carrying you above myself, technically. So you're in my space now.
Ah, there you go. So that's your movement, your action, bonus action, anything?
I will use my arcane enhancement to add diminishing armor to myself. So all incoming damage is reduced by 1d4 for the next minute.
Okay. Fair enough. So Nitria, it's your turn. At the end of your turn, you can make a wisdom saving throw to resist the hold person.
With disadvantage.
With disadvantage.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's some good shit right there.
Yeah, you're not going anywhere. And your friends are just bringing you along, which seems like everyone's plan is just going alright. You're not letting this Dryad do anything. To Nitria. Poor Nitria. So next up, Ravrov, what are you doing? As you see, your spell holds. Nitria can't really move. She's completely paralyzed. Are you doing anything?
Disengage and boop.
Alright. You cross the pond to the other side, and this small, tiny isthmus following northwards. It's kind of rotated, but believe me, that's north. And that's it for your turn, I believe.
I have nothing I want to do for a bonus action, so yes.
Alright. So next up, this here tree is going to try and bitch slap you, Zach. Because you keep moving, trying to take Nitria away. Oh no.
Well, that's mighty rude of it.
Oh no.
But fortunately, I have a bajillion AC.
Well, I'm really sorry to say that it is a natural 20.
Oh no.
Oh,
Oh no.
oh no.
So you are hit for 17 plus 9 hit points, which I believe brings you to a 26?
Well, I'm going to be unconscious no matter how much I reduce that by. So...
Zach, you are reduced to 0 hit points, and as you do, you drop Nitria on the ground.
She's just like petrified.
Yeah, Nitria, you just pull up on the ground. It's not very ceremonious, it's not nice, it's horrible, but you are at least no longer grappled. And that's the tree's turn. So next up is the lady. As she looks at you falling on the ground, Nitria. She says, "Oh, this was supposed to be so much faster, so much easier. But you always interpose yourselves between our affairs." She's sitting cross-legged on this tree trunk, but then you just see as she stands up. Very elegantly, and with incredible finesse, she jumps down from the tree trunk, takes one single step closer to where Nitria is plopped on the ground. And she ducks, crouches very close to Nitria, and she approaches her face to Nitria's neck, and she seems to whisper something that only you, Nitria, can hear.
Whisper what?
I'm trying to find my
Is
notes.
that language I can understand?
I'm trying to find my notes. You do speak Elvish, right?
Yeah.
Alright. So the Dryad just gets very close to your neck and to your ear and just whispers very softly, "Oh, why don't you come over more often? You will find that this place is filled with all sorts of wonders that you could not find anywhere else. I'll be waiting for you when you're ready to return." And you see that she's, well, you hardly is able to see, but she seems to reach into her pocket, pulling out something. And she lays this something, it seems to be a little pack with something on the inside, puts it on top of your chest. And as she does, she says, "This is my present for you. I'll wait for yours whenever you're ready." And then she just approaches her face to your neck. And you, Nitria, feel a very rispy feeling across your neck. Almost as if she's licking it. But she doesn't quite seem to have a tongue. It seems like she is scraping at your neck with tiny little vines and branches that scratches at your neck, and you feel this wet, moist sensation from a non-existing tongue that feels like just tree sap oozing down into this scraping on your neck. And then she stands up after having done that and says, "You know where to find me. I'll be waiting for you. And then the Dryad seemingly just disappears.
Well.
This is embarrassing.
Sorta, yeah. As she uses tree stride into this awakened tree that's right next to her, she just kapoofs out of existence. Well, not
that's
of
weird to think.
Not out of existence. She just disappears, and as she does, it seems like the whole purpleness into the sky vanishes. And Nitra, you don't feel that force invading your head anymore. You're no longer charmed, by the way. You do feel an...
You're, however, paralyzed.
You are paralyzed. And you feel you feel an irritation to your neck as well. And there are also still 2 big trees here trying to kill you and your friends. So the other tree is going to try and attack you, Halser.
Oh, nice.
Misses with a 9.
9.
So, Ojuk, you're up next. What are you doing?
I imagine trees are afraid of fire.
Oh yeah, they are. They be.
I can effectively cover 4 of these little squares with spilling a flask. I'm trying not to get it on Halser, though.
We're also still inside an enchanted forest. I wouldn't want it to become, something triggering for all the other trees.
We're on an island. It's just the 2 trees.
Let's just disengage and run and leave the trees alone.
Yeah, I agree with
I'm
that.
gonna try and get the trees to run. By setting... Is that what I can set? No, not quite.
What are you doing, Ojuk?
Ice being crazy, Doug.
I'm noticing that's a lot of squares have just gone down the draw in the map.
So... Ugh, if my stuff will work with me.
You do see Zach
Those spaces.
unconscious on the ground, though.
Yeah, I know. But those spaces there I'm going to douse with oil as I light it.
Alright.
And I imagine that uses my full turn.
Yeah, that's your action to uncork one of your oil vials and just splashes it around on the ground and on the trees.
And light it up.
Oh, Juk. What
Hey,
would,
if I can't disengage from the trees, I'm gonna hope the trees disengage from me.
what would this game be without you? So you set that on fire. Let me open yet another D&D Beyond tab to recap on what oil does. Oh man, okay, so you set it on fire. The whole area that you just marked in red is on fire, and the trees both suffer 5 points of damage, doubled because, goddamn, they're vulnerable to fire. And that's your turn. You still have movement, Ojuk.
I'm afraid if I move away from them, I'll get attacked. I'm hoping they'll move away from me.
Well, you're certainly not going forward, I'll say that much.
Not unless I jump it.
So that's your turn, I believe.
Yep.
Okay, next up is Halser.
Okay. Are the trees actually responding to the fire?
They just seem to be moving and wriggling around, kind of just unleashing with their branches at the air. Very desperate. They do not like to be on fire in the least. And they're also the scratching of bark on bark and branches on the leaves and such seems to be creating some noises that can almost be passed as language, and it seems to be crying for help. The both trees. In Elvish.
Oh no.
I'm actually in Sylvan, which you do understand now, Halser.
I guess I'm gonna try to put the fire out with a bedroll. You know, slamming it against the flames. Or is the fire was made with oil, right?
Yeah, it was made with oil. It's gonna be hard
Okay,
to stanch that.
Yeah, it's not gonna be possible to put it out. Oh,
Also, the
damn it.
trees are trying to murder you.
Yeah, but
Maybe they'll stop trying to
after
murder you.
this begins, I think the entire forest is gonna try to kill us, not just you trees.
Then we'll just never come back. It's fine.
It's fine.
I'd say there is still some forest between us and the portal to go back. But yeah, I don't really see anything else we could do. Except
I mean, they
killing
they
the
picked
trees.
this fight, not us.
True, but you know, we made the diplomacy kinda worse.
I make an impassioned plea on the floor, dead.
Well, fine then, is for the party, I guess. I'm gonna go into rage and attack the southern, actually the westward tree.
Sure. Make an attack roll.
And I'm gonna also go into frenzy again.
Okay. Gotta risk that exhaustion.
Yep.
So you go into a frenzied rage and you just unload this tree with a normal attack, I believe?
Yep. Okay, I'm gonna go with a normal attack for now.
Alright. Fair enough. Make your attack roll. That hits. It super hits. And you deal 17 points of damage to the tree.
And you also have half movement speed now, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, after this is over.
Yep.
I also used the reckless attack to get the advantage.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what I meant by normal attack or not.
Okay, then I'm gonna use my special action to do a second attack. Same tree.
That's a bonus action. You already used it to go into a rage.
Alright. Okay, then I guess I can't do anything else.
Alright.
That's it.
So that is your turn indeed. Next up is Zach. You are unconscious on the floor. Whisper to me a death saving throw. There's way too many of those going on today.
Yep.
Zach, you try on the ground, trying to build up the force to stand up and keep dragging Nitria away, but you can't move yourself. You can't do it, and you struggle. You're not gonna let death claim you today. Nitria, you're still paralyzed. Make a wisdom saving throw. With disadvantage.
Oh yeah.
This is incredibly silly.
Nope. That was it. Oh! I make it!
Oh shit, you make it. At the end of
Holy
your,
shit!
at the end of your turn, you succeed against the saving throw that Ravrov cast, so Ravrov, you're no longer concentrating on that. Nitra, you're free, your whole turn is wasted, and you're prone.
That's okay.
So, Ravrov, what are you doing?
Well, I felt that break. I unfortunately can't hold person her again because I don't trust that she's not charmed.
Alright.
We are just going to Eldritch Blast the closest tree.
Okay, go for it. That hits.
Minus the curse damage.
Okay, that's 13 points of force damage.
And then we're going to just stay where we are, actually.
Alright, the tree is splintered. And that's your turn, Ravrov. Next up is the tree's turn. It's totally not happy with being set on fire, and with either Ojuk or Halser, so it's gonna keep attacking either one of you. So Halser, It's gonna make an attack against you with advantage because you were so reckless.
Okay.
So very reckless.
Oh damn, that's a natural 20.
Isn't that the second natural 20 that tree's gotten?
Somehow. So that's a total of 22 points of damage halved to 11.
Fine. Ojuk, you owe me a massive amount of beer.
If we get out of this alive, you can drink yourself unconscious.
And then the tree moves away 1 square. Next up is the other tree. It's going to...
I have a question, Doug.
Yes?
If it moved out of my lance range, do I get to hit it with a lance?
Be honest. Did you have your lance at your hand at the end of last turn?
No, I probably would have had sword and flask.
Okay, so no. You can't reaction with weapons you don't have equipped. So yeah, that's that tree's turn. The other tree is going to attack you, Ojuk. Because
But that means it's staying in the oil, Doug.
it's gonna attack, then it's gonna move away.
Ah, rats.
So Ojuk, against you, who are setting this tree on fire, it's going to be a natural 1, yes. And then he moves away. Only out of the flaming portion of the ground. And yeah, that's the tree's turn. Next up is you, Ojuk. What are you doing?
Am I in range of both or only in range of one?
For what?
For the trees. I mean, for them to hit me.
Only 1.
Alright, so I'm gonna risk being crazy here.
There's a whole lot of that going on today as well.
Check some. Oh yeah, all that's in range there. Don't believe that would put me in range of that one. Check. Alright, so I'm gonna move down behind this stump. I know I take a risk of an attack of opportunity.
Yep. As you move away from the tree, it tries to slam at you. And he misses with an 11.
Our AC is 14.
Yeah?
So yeah, that is a miss. And I'm gonna sling the one in front of me. Just a ball bearing shot.
Sure. That hits with a 21. So as you hide behind one of its felled friends, you just sling and toss a ball bearing at it, dealing some damage. That is a total of 18 points of damage.
That would be my turn.
Alright. So as you do that, Ojuk, you load up a ball bearing and spin it and lob it at the tree. All of you just see this necrotic explosion happening on the side of the tree that's still on fire, and then the tree just wobbles a little bit, and then it seems to lose its balance and starts to go down. As it does, I need Halser and Nitria to make a dexterity saving throw. Halser with advantage, Nitria with... Well, no, Nitria you have... It's a normal dex saving throw. As the tree is about to fall on top of the two of you.
Zach is going to be very uncomfortable.
I'm actually gonna add my card that gives +3.
Sure. So that brings it to a 15. Nitria make... Oh, that's a 7. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Oh no.
So much for that being my power save.
Right.
hopefully I'm okay.
So with that 15, Halser, you're able to dodge just out of the way in time before the tree has a chance to really crush you. You, Nitri, however, do not.
It's fine, you have full health.
Yeah.
So Nitri, you suffered the whole... How much is that? 8 points of damage. Halser, you suffer 4.
Okay.
Because it's halved.
Okay. Do I also halve because of being in rage and frenzy?
Yeah. It was gonna be 8, but it's halved to 4.
Okay.
Wait.
But
So
I
he
actually
succeeded the
dodged
save
the
and
falling
he's...
tree.
Yeah.
Come again?
So he would take 2.
No. I rolled 8 for the damage. Oh yeah, you made the save.
Half
Yeah.
from the save.
Sorry,
and then half
sorry.
from
Yeah. It's only 2 points of damage. Sorry. As the tree is no longer there, you dodge out of the way. Halser and Nitria, you don't, and you get slammed with branches and splintered pieces of wood. It's very painful, but you're definitely awakened, definitely not charmed anymore. And that's Ojuk's turn. Halser, you're up.
I wonder if we should just run away.
Run. Leave the last tree.
Okay, goodbye, tree. I guess I'm gonna go towards Zach, trying me.
Pick him up, you said?
Yeah, can I actually try to pick him up?
Alright. You do that, and from that point onwards, your movement speed is halved.
Yes.
I was just gonna give him a healing potion so we could run and not have him making death saves.
You could just use a kit on him and stabilize him. Burn through a lot of potions, and they're fairly expensive.
They're fairly expensive, but also carrying him when we have a hostile thing behind us. Well, I guess they can only move 10 feet. Yeah, I'll just stabilize him then.
Alright. So
I was thinking, like, if Halser's half speed from carrying him, that would be kind of a bad thing for retreat, but...
Well, in Torn order, if Halser's just picking him up, Halser's gonna pick him up, move him, he's gonna make a death saving throw, unfortunately, and then you're gonna be able to treat him.
Yeah. So Halser, you pick up Zach and try and bring him away as much as you can, I believe, which is one
Okay.
more square. You're bringing Zach along. Next
Fine.
up, Zach, make a whisper to me a death saving throw. You almost feel your body being picked up and hurried away from this combat area as you keep trying to resist the clutches of death. And you almost feel a little warmth within yourself as you feel your body closer to become conscious again, but not just quite. And next up is Nitria.
Well, Nitria is snapped out and free now, so she's gonna get up and see that Zach is not looking too good, like right in front of her. She is going to try and bandage him as he is hanging over his side of Halser.
Fair enough.
And
You
stabilize him.
you use your healer's kit to stabilize Zach,
Yeah.
and then with the remainder of your halved speed, are you doing anything?
Let's see. So like half my speed rounded down is the 20 range. So I move 5, 10, 15, 20. The free object interaction, that little bag that was left as she's running, can she like peek in the bag?
Of course. As you open up the bag, it's a piece of bread. You see that it's a loaf of bread with a small little sprigs of plants and fruits sticking out of it. It smells delicious.
Yeah, that's it.
Fair enough. So, as that goes, Ravrov, what are you doing, if anything?
I will back up to over here so people can get across the damn bridge thing, and then just wait to make sure that everybody else gets away.
Alright.
I could swim, but I don't trust this water.
Probably a good call.
So, next up is the tree. The tree tries to make its way towards you, Urjuk, but it can only move 20 feet per turn. So, the most it does is over there. Before it starts kind of whipping itself with its branches, some of them snapping as it tries to put out the fire. And it does.
Speaking about the fire, that only lasts, what, 2 or 3 turns before it burns out?
Yeah, this is the second turn.
Okay.
I whip my trees back and forth.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. So it just spends its turn putting itself out and moving its 20 feet movement speed. And next up is you, Urjuk. You're far away enough from the tree. What are you doing?
Well, 35 feet gets me here. Why did it do that? So, 25 would get me there. Leave 35 would get me there, accounting for moving through or past Nitria. And that's my turn.
Alright, you dash, doing your best to get away from the tree, and before the tree has another turn, all of you will have run away, because I believe you are running away, right?
Yeah.
We definitely are.
Okay. What is your movement speed again, Halser?
It's 35 feet.
Hand him off to Nitria. Nitria can basically just move normally while carrying someone.
Oh, yeah, sure enough. If you were to dash every single one of your turns, you would still be able to outrun the tree. Besides,
Okay then.
as all of you guys start to run away from this pond through this little isthmus, and as you run, you see that the tree walks all the way over to the border, to the beginning of this isthmus, and it doesn't leave. It seems to stop right there at the border and doesn't give chase any further. And you guys just keep on moving away, looking backward, and you just see the lone last tree in that little island. Just stays there, and seems to turn around after you guys have moved sufficiently far enough away. And after that is done,
Maybe somebody wasn't being bad cutting those trees down.
as you do run away, you finally stop to take a breather for a moment. And as you do stop to take a breather, you notice that you have an unconscious kobold within yourselves. So, are you guys doing anything about that situation?
I think Ojuk's out of healing. Nitria has the potions, and I'm pretty sure that's our only 2 sources of healing. So we could just let him sleep it off if we really want to save resources. We know he's stable, so it's not unreasonable.
Yeah, we shouldn't be that far from the gate to go back.
Yeah, so we just keep going and carry Kobold Friend along.
I mean, I could try medicine to help him heal a bit quicker or something, but that's it. Not
Also,
much I can do.
I'm level 2 exhausted, which means I'm walking half speed. So if Nitria actually brings him, we still go to the same speed as a party.
Yeah, Nitria will carry Zach.
Yeah, that's probably the best. You have the most
He's-
movement.
Yeah, she has the most movement, and plus he's little, and she does have positive strength modifier, so it should be fine.
I'm sure Zach would be enjoying this if he weren't unconscious.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if he was a bit smaller, we could bring him in a bag. But yeah,
We'll have to get a sack. That way we can bring him around when this happens again.
Nitrio will kind of occasionally just slap him on the side of the cheek a bit to see if he's ready to wake up yet.
So, Halser, you and me
5
trying to
more
find the
minutes.
way back to the exit.
yep. I guess we should have a survival roll.
You already know the path. It's more so a question of following it. So I need you to roll me a perception check. The two of you. Halser with disadvantage.
Wow.
Oh well.
So
It's not the worst.
time and time again you are caught in brambles and bushes all over the place, vines that seems very interested in trying to deter your progress, that you don't quite notice until you're almost snatched into them, which slows down your travel. You imagine that this trek wouldn't take longer than an hour, but it takes you double the amount of time for you guys to trek through it. But no great harm comes to any of you in that meantime. In fact, after 1 hour of trekking and giving Zax's face a few little slaps, eventually he wakes up from his stupor at 1 hit point.
Nitrio
Hang
just
on, wait.
be like,
Aren't I meant to be carrying
"Okay."
you? This is backwards.
I guess I'm returning the favor. You're pretty strong. She just like processes that she was being carried completely by him.
If I were to spend the next 10 minutes or so of travel time using a med kit on Zach, could he roll for temporary hit points?
You need to stay still for a whole hour to do a short rest to do that.
I think we should. Didn't you say we made it to the exit, which just took twice as long?
Yeah. After 2
Oh.
hours, you will make your way to the landing where you first happened upon the Feywild.
So let's just go home. Or out of here.
Yep.
Nitrio would just kept carrying Zach even after he woke up if he didn't jump off.
He will accept the indignity for now because he's tired.
Yeah, don't let him jump. If he falls, he'll die again.
You take 1 fall damage. God damn it!
It's too grievous a height. It's too dangerous. Don't jump, tiny one. There's so much to live for.
Is that a short person joke?
Don't know.
So I imagine that all of you just go through the hole in the tree trunk, between the roots, the thick wild roots, to try and make it back to the material plane.
Yes.
All right, you do.
Most definitely, yes.
All of you start crawling through these, through the hole in this tree. Once again, it's a small slide for the first several feet, after which you're trying to climb through bushes, and eventually you're more so going on instinct. Something just tells you that you should keep going that direction through the bushes, and you do. You keep on trying to traverse through them, and as you do, after a while, it would seem that you emerge on the other side of somewhere. And as you look up, you seem to recognize this view, this place where you guys are. And you remember, oh yeah, we're here on the passage to the Feywild that Anthony told us about. However, I need everyone to make a wisdom saving throw. Nitria with disadvantage.
God damn it.
And then she forgets her thing that she was doing. Then she forgets her girlfriend, her second girlfriend. This is fine.
So,
That was whispered.
yeah, but it's alright.
I rolled a 0.
Yeah, you rolled a 0 for your wisdom saving throw.
Hooray!
Ravrov and Halser, the two of you. Actually, Halser, you did not even need to make a saving throw. I don't know why I asked you to. Anyway, Halser and Ravrov, the two of you remember exactly what happened in the last few hours of you tracking through the Feywild and fighting things and encountering things and almost dying a couple times. Some of yours. And you remember exactly how harrowing being over there on that side was. Nitria, Ojuk, and Zach, the three of you don't remember anything that transpired. You don't remember having ever been to the Feywild. You remember coming here with Anthony and then climbing through the tree. But after that, there's just a blank of time between now. For some reason, you feel incredibly sore and hurt. Your clothes are somewhat tattered. Your skin is broken in several places. There's bleeding happening here and there. But you cannot bring yourself to remember how you came across those.
Didn't we just get here?
I don't know, but I want to go back. I'm tired. Everything hurts.
Nature
We can
just like
discuss
looks
about this in
around
the tavern.
confused.
Yeah.
Is Halser like filling us in with that? Is that why you typed that in?
Yeah, absolutely. Telling a bit of the story, though I guess most of you are just very confused. So I just point to the tavern and say that we need a lot of drink and a lot of sleep.
So, as Halser...
Can I try to sleight of hand away that bag?
No. Nitria is actually holding that actively on her chest. You would have... It would be a force, it's not a sleight of hand.
Ravrov, you can't do that, but you... As Halser explains the story of what happened, kind of bullet point explanation of the Feywild expedition, he seems to leave out the whole bag with the bread because Halser didn't see it.
Well, no, I mean, she was holding it up against her chest,
Yeah.
like
What
when they went through.
What I mean,
So she would notice if they tried to take it from her.
yeah, what I mean to say is that Nitria knows that she has it, but she doesn't know why she has it.
Okay, yeah. No, I figured she didn't like actually remember the nitty-gritty details of what happened with her and the Dryad, but
No. As Halser tells you the story, it feels completely alien. Nothing about it rings any bells. You believe him because you've been with him through weirder places, but it all seems a bit too far-fetched and a bit too
Wait a
weird.
minute.
When you look at your bags, you do have possessions that you brought over from there, but try as you might, you cannot remember how or why. You just know that it seems to have happened and that you lost those memories.
Isn't
Okay,
that
so we
us?
don't have the memories of how we got things, but we know what wasn't with us when we first came to the tree.
yeah,
Yes.
we know what we have and is new.
Yeah, you know those things. Just as best as Halser and Ravrov has filled you in on details, there's just a lot of holes that could only be filled with experience that you that you can't really remember.
Well, I have
I-
a strange new necklace. Does anybody know what's up with it?
Since Nitria knew what that was, I think she got natural 20 on that before, she would still know that same knowledge now.
Yeah, Nitria would recognize it, and
Yeah, she would just
she would know what it
ring.
is.
Yeah, she'd be like, "Oh, the beads on it. They make balls of magic force, and those can be used to push things around or trap them. And
Cool.
those would probably
New sling
be
ammo.
really neat from your sling.
I really wish the past me labeled this vial.
We'll just have to figure out what it is again. Speaking of what is, this odd rug that's with us, I'm actually going to take it out and flap
Slaad
it out in
rug.
the air and see what it does.
Nitria does know what
blood,
potion
flying
is.
carpet,
Flying carpet?
and
That's it.
and potion of giant strength.
Yeah, it was on the green salad layer.
I'm going to sit on the carpet and try to, like, see what it does.
We were told not to mess with the weird things we got from Fancyland.
Nitria stands on it and goes,
True.
fly! She tries saying it in different languages.
Make an Arcana check. Ojuk and Nitria.
Oh, jeez.
Oh wait, I don't have disadvantage. It's okay.
Hooray!
Try as you might, the carpet does not move.
Well, I hope they still want it, though. It doesn't seem to work. I'm
You
going to roll it back up and stick it back.
You speak all sorts
Guess on my
of
belt.
action words that kind of resemble the motion of going or starting in
Yep, yep.
all languages you know, and yet it does not move.
That would have been really handy. My back is killing me.
Oh. I suppose you could lay on it and we could carry you back like it's a stretcher if that's what you want.
True.
I'm not sure if that's more or less comfortable.
How plush is the carpet, Doug?
I imagine it's just an ordinary rug style carpet. One of those old woven ones.
It's not super plush. It's it feels kind of drab, kind of plain, except for the colors, because it carries very vivid tones of red and blue and yellow.
It doesn't sound terribly comfy. Sounds like a showpiece.
It is, however, very malleable to a degree. It's still like a very thick carpet, but it feels like it can fold a little bit easier than most carpets would be able to.
We could like fold it all the way down to a pocket triangle.
Not quite. You still have to roll it around, but
Boo.
yeah.
I imagine just onward.
Alright, so the 5 of you then, looking around, noticing how tired all of you are and harrowed after this whole encounter, you decide that it's time to return to the town. As you look around, there's no welcome committee, no nothing, and as you set out from this patch of woods back into the road and look up, the sun has moved severely. You were here earlier in the morning, and by now it's much later in the night. Well, not in the night, in the day, I mean. About-ish, like 4 in the afternoon. And from where you are, you're not exactly in the Aldheim forest. You're still a ways from there, and much closer to the city itself. So it only takes you guys about 1 hour-ish to get back to the City of Redemption. And you do. Much slower, actually, about-ish 1.5 hour, because your friend Halser seems very tired and very exhausted. You didn't, except for Ravrov, none of you saw him do any sort of physically straining anything, and yet he's heaving and he's tired, very tired. But regardless, you arrive back in Redemption.
Let's get you a mug on the way past the bar, and we'll head into the...
Yep, you
Guild.
win one.
We'll go back and drink more later, but just get you one on the way.
Alright. So all of you decide to skip the bar for right now and go into the Adventurers Guild to deliver the things you have found, I believe, right?
Well, the
rug.
rug, certainly. See if that's what they want. For starters.
I'm pretty sure they even said, didn't they say that they were only interested in that, and they were basically like, whatever else you find? No, because they told us not to fuck with the magic items. But
They told
only-
us to give them all the other stuff to look over.
So we give them everything except Rav tries not to mention the 3 books in his bag.
Which at this point, I don't think anyone would really. Well,
Well, I have
everyone
every
but
intention of
Halser
showing
would
them the
know.
carpet.
Yeah.
I will say that Rav could have told to Halser to not mention the 3 book.
Fair
I
enough.
mean, was Halser even paying attention to that?
Yeah, I definitely was looking when they were looting
Okay.
this land.
Yeah, looting isn't something that you just hold a keyboard key for 2 seconds and boop, you get everything. It takes time to sift through things, and it's a very meticulous process where everyone is aware that you are doing that.
Well,
Specifically, Nitria was looking and found the books while they were all like messing around with the Slaad body.
Yeah.
So she,
well, there were
and
6
then she took
books.
them over to Ravroff.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
it's
But she would hand over the 3 books she's holding, which are the Turtles of History, Eating at My Enemies, and Descendants and Owls.
Sure.
I mean, you certainly got to do, some science, chemistry, anatomy on the frog before you dispose of the body. It's a giant frog. How many times do you get to look at one of those?
So all of you go to the guild and you deliver all the things that you guys have to Anthony, the leader of the guild, right?
Minus 3 books.
All right.
Minus the necklace. I'm not showing him the beads of force.
Fine.
Just tuck it under your
Zach
shirt.
will hand over the. You'll also hand over some of the ogre bones and the Slaad blood.
All right. So as you reach Anthony's...
I should actually handle them the axe, the one I got from the island.
All right. Fair enough. So this is the Feywild section of the things. So you return to the guild. You talk to Anthony and hand off things to him, and Anthony, he receives you, all of you, and he nods very approvingly. Yeah, this will definitely help the guild. I am aware that this was quite an endeavor to ask of you, the 5 of you, to go into another world with rules different from our own and magic abound. It's equal parts surprise and wonder that you made it over there and back in one piece with no losses whatsoever. And I'm really glad that you went out of your way for the guild. We'll need
I
to...
don't like to admit it, Anthony, but I can't remember anything. I'm guessing we had multiple fights from what the moose said.
Something about a salad?
Did you
We
do
ran
that?
into a
God, the greatest of foes.
ran into a green Slaad, and a Dryad tried to enchant our lady friend over here.
Oh yes,
And
that
an
makes more
angry tree.
sense.
Blushes.
Well,
That makes more sense.
do you remember the second of the due rules of going to other worlds and planes?
If they become enchanted, hold person your allies and drag them out of the forest.
Anthony seems to chuckle a little bit. No. The second rules of the dues was do write down everything that happens and keep a journal. There's a reason for that rule.
Well, to be fair, we didn't have a lot of like leisure casual writing as we were trying to run back to not be dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna write down when I got back. That was evidently a mistake.
Yeah, well, I don't have any new writings, so I guess I didn't take any notes at any point either.
And nobody expects the moose to actually write anything.
I think Nitria may have like taken notes just but not for the purpose of this, but just in the library. She would have only taken notes in the library after that. She wouldn't have stopped to write anything.
Fair enough. Nitria certainly did write down some things in the plethora of books that she now has on the events and some things, but the whole trip back is a whole blank in some of your guys' memories. Regardless, it takes some time between Anthony taking all the items that you have brought to the guild and seeing with an arcanist that he seems to know and be at the guild, a very minute halfling woman. She's about-ish the same height as you, Zach. And whenever Anthony just brings you all and your discoveries and magical items to her, she just starts examining through them and giving you a big rundown of what everything is. You didn't go there, you didn't go there. You didn't go here. The axe that you have, Halser, seems to be a silvered berserker axe. It is cursed, by the way.
How neat.
And she, this little enchantress, she looks at you and says, I would not mind letting you have this if it were not for the fact that it's cursed. So I'm gonna keep that for the guild. See if you can find a way to remove the curse from this item, and then if we do, you can return and it'll be here for you to pick up.
What does it do besides the whole curse thing? And being silvered?
Come again?
What does the axe do besides being cursed and silver?
The berserker axe, it has some things to it. Let me read on it for you guys real quick. Berserker.
I
I
also
like that you like present the items, but don't know what they are.
I mean, I knew what it was 3 weeks ago.
Oh, yeah, fair.
Yeah, I'm reading it right now.
You
I have a
can
logistical and funding question.
you get a
Could we
+1 to attacks and damage rolls, and while you are attuned to this weapon, your hit point maximum increases by 1 for each level you have. The axe is cursed though, and you cannot swap it for any other weapon while you have it. And as soon as you attack a foe, you just keep on attacking all enemies around you until there's no one alive near you within 60 feet.
Ooh, it's not just enemies.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's the nature of it. That is the important shtick there. Whatever is closest to you.
Yeah.
So my logical question is can we get half the value of the axe, and we'll return that amount if we ever pick up the axe?
Well, I'm pretty sure they were going to pay us for this anyway.
Well, I know they're probably going to pay us for the whole trip, but I'm just meaning we get kind of an installment for leaving the axe here.
She thinks for a moment and says, well, the guild needs the resources that it has right now, or so says Anthony. I would prefer that You come back after we have managed to sever the curse of this axe. If we do, we can return it to you. If we do not, or if you don't wish to have it, then we can discuss prices.
I guess that's fair.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Consider
Not
it
like we
payment
can
for
use it for
decursing
things.
it, I guess.
We're just selling it.
Come again, Zach? What did you say?
I guess the reverse deposit will be paid for the service of decursing the axe. If you think of it that way.
Yeah, decursing an item takes time and research, so who knows how long that's gonna take and how much it's gonna cost. Regardless, the other items you present, I believe, aside from the axe, is what else?
The carpet, potion, 3 or 4 books. I can't remember which ones.
Three books from the library and a bunch of books and scrolls that have words that want to run away.
Oh, right,
Oh,
so...
yeah. Oh yeah, let's warn them of that before we hand. Well, whoever remembers that. Actually, who is holding the book? That I'm trying to think if Nitro would have wrote it down if Ravroff was holding that book. Is Ravroff holding that book?
The runaway ones? No.
Yes.
That Nitri had those.
Okay, then she probably.
But we definitely made a case, well, at the very least a scene about it.
Oh yeah, well Ravroff saw his
So,
memories
at the-
anyways.
Yeah.
So I would definitely mention the runaway words.
Okay, so... the potion, you already know, it's a stone giant strength potion. The carpet of flying, after quite a while, this enchantress seems to be able to get it working, and then she's like, yes, this is exactly what we needed to go to the Nifldoom. Now I just need to make it fit more people. Maybe we need to extract the enchantment and put it into something else without using the crystals, the Cypheriums.
What's wrong with the crystals?
We're trying to understand their nature. We don't quite yet know where they come from exactly, but they don't seem to be developed in a way that has others' best interests, so to speak. And then Anthony just looks down at her and says, "Oh, Agnes, just tell them these Cypherians runs on souls from living creatures."
All of them?
Are we talking humanoid, sentient creatures? Or are we just talking beasts and monsters?
That's the thing, we don't know. But we're fairly certain it's the people that are attacked whenever the fiends and demons comes from Nifldoom, or people that are sacrificed to rituals by those who worship fell entities. Those souls are forsaken and turned into these magical items that power magics. We're trying not to rely on them, and unfortunately we're failing, as a whole lot of people seem to be building a market for themselves of exchanging, selling, buying, and trading these without our knowledge.
What about one
Going-
from the Feywild? That doesn't seem like a place souls end up.
Well, I would say that there are many fey creatures that do have souls, even more innate magic within themselves. I imagine that they are capturing those lives as well, but not only that, there's... I don't know that any of you know of the Hallowed Court.
Not well.
Nope.
Old mythology, elvish mythology.
Well, it is very much real, and there are worshippers of of the archface that run this court. And they too have been taken to sacrificing the souls of mortals.
Well, that's... Nitra is just kind of quiet and wondering how to feel about her sword now.
But I mean, if they're forsaken, forfeit souls,
Well,
it may not be right, but
I mean, Nitra would keep her sword anyway, because it's kind of like what's done is done, but just having a little mental backlash on that.
before Anthony gets a chance to speak, Agnes, the little enchantress, she looks up at all of you and says, "Well, that's the thing, though. We don't quite know yet if there is or not a way to bring those souls back. The bodies are definitely no longer existing. They probably have rotted away for many years ago. And that sort of revival magic is rare and extremely costly. But we're still trying to figure out a way to excise these souls from these crystals and bring these creatures back to life, for whatever good that will do. I can see that it can feel a very fruitless endeavor. A lot of people feel that way and have decided to start using these crystals to power their magics. But I just don't think that it's right. I think there's more to it. Something we don't quite yet understand. The answers are locked away in these other worlds, in the Feywild, in the Shadowfell, in the Hells themselves. We need to understand more, and to understand more we need to confront whoever is creating these crystals. And as it is, from a enchantment and research point of view, we lack the details for that. As for an brute force point of view, she looks up to Anthony, and Anthony just nods and says, "Well, yeah, we're also lacking people to go out there, fight whatever there is to be fought, and retrieve whatever there is to be brought back. We need adventurers like yourselves, and we're not just about sending anyone. Those of you who remember know how dangerous it was to be there for nary a day. Imagine longer expeditions farther away from the landing. In any case, what else have they found?" And then Agnes, the enchantress, she looks at the remainder of the items that you have. They managed to get the Carpet of Flying going. They identify the potion of Stone Giant Strength. As for the books, the flying, the one with the runaway letters, it's not quite books, are they now?
There was books and scrolls.
Yeah.
I have a scroll that's been scribbled on it, Sanctuary.
Oh yeah, we also got spell scrolls.
Oh yeah, you know what the scrolls are already. They are a Scroll of Bane, Sanctuary, and Ice Knife.
Yep.
There you
Yep.
go.
I mean, Zach would have handed his over anyway because he was told to hand them over.
Yeah, she just confirms that suspicions these are indeed the scrolls that you have. As for the books that you have brought, the three that Ravrov does not have,
Turtles of History, Eating at My Enemies, Descendants, and Owls.
Alright. The most dull sounding ones, I imagine.
Yeah.
She just looks at them wide-eyed for a moment, and you see that as she opens up the book, her jaw almost drops, and Agnes, she's like, Are these... Wait, and she starts flipping through pages, and she just spends quite a while going through books, and eventually even Anthony grows a little bit impatient with her. And she eventually just goes, "These books, I thought there were only tales and myths, but these exist. Wow, we need to start making copies of these immediately. This knowledge cannot be lost."
What are they?
Turtles exist. You can eat your enemies. Descendant.
Your enemies.
Sometimes they have owls.
Why would you write books about books? That's silly. Seriously, why are there stories about books? That's an odd thing to do.
The stories we have are from travelers from way before from the Moonfall era. When travel between worlds was still a thing, they went over there, they saw these books being written, and then they wrote about the writers and the books themselves, but the books were never found, and many thought it was just stories and myths, but here they are. This, and she points at the turtles of history, there's a kind of a dragon, turtle dragon.
That attracts attention.
We know awfully little about them, mostly because dragons all went extinct. And turtle dragons have not made a comeback when most dragons have started coming back. And this book, it's all the knowledge we have on them, or would have on them. It's very, very important. Eating at my enemies. Do you know how useful it would have been to know about vampires? I hear that in the southern kingdoms, vampires are running rampart and terrorizing the population.
That's cute.
And descendants
More
in
myths
owls.
and rumors.
Descendants in owls, there's... Nobody knows where owlbears comes from, and yet they are everywhere. There are all sorts of chimeric beasts that we have yet to figure out where they come from and how they came to be. And this is the source. These books are... Well... I was gonna say priceless, but I imagine that the guild cannot give you untold riches now, can we? And she looks up at Anthony, who says, well, no, we can't give you priceless amounts of money, but we can give you about 500 gold pieces for each book.
Ooh.
Well,
Oh wow.
even with getting such money, we would be able to read the books for at least their copies as they're made.
Oh yeah, of course, whenever they are transcribed and the library has copies of them, that
Okay.
knowledge...
Point they'll be
Ravroff.
distinctly less priceless, as it were.
Well, knowledge is what's priceless, but we're not paying you for the books themselves, we're paying for the service of going out there and retrieving them for the guild and for the people of redemption.
Wait, so it's 500 per book. Is that what they're paying us for the retrieval, or is that in addition to what they're paying us for the actual?
No, they're paying just that, just 500 per book.
They're not paying us for the books. They're just paying for retrieval.
So it's 500 total for all of the books?
Each book.
Oh, okay, so it's 1500.
So we got paid for, well, we're getting paid for the thing, and then we're also getting paid for the books. And each book is 500.
Okay, so Doug, if we just give them those 3 books, how much is it total?
For the whole expedition itself, the guild does not have that much money to pay, but they are willing to part with 100 platinum pieces.
So that's
So that's a thousand gold pieces, and then 500 on top of each book you give them.
okay. So that's 1,000. So that's 2,500 total.
Yeah. If you
Okay.
That's
if
500
you
per person.
if you do keep if you do keep the 3 books that you seem to be wanting to keep.
Oh. He said, why did he say we seem to be wanting to keep them? I think, unless I'm missing something in the chat.
No, Ravrov, he's keeping 3 books. You in total you got 6,
yeah.
but he's hiding 3.
Yeah. Nitria would know about those 3, but she wouldn't out him for that, and thinks he's totally entitled to keeping the books.
Actually, I think I am the only one that knows about those 3 books.
No, she took notes of the books that Ravrov took,
okay.
because she wasn't taking notes for the whole, the Feywild makes you forget things. She's taking notes as kind of a mini backup for Ravrov's book.
Oh, okay. So yeah, she will know.
So she would know those 3 books. But yeah, I'm cool with parting with the 3 that Nitria put out. If
Yeah,
they're
I'm
gonna
keeping the
transcribe them
secret. But wow, 1,500.
Yeah, so that's.
What about the flying letter books, or book and scrolls?
Oh yeah. Did they say a price on that? Did they say what it is, Dougal?
The magic scrolls you have?
The other
one
book
with that
that tried
leather
to
that
fly
flight out.
apart.
As they pick up the book, it seems to be. Sorry. It seems to be. Do I still have notes here? Oh yeah. Several entries of the book seems to have been erased as the letters flew away. But as they open the book now, the letter seems a little bit more well behaved right now. And as they read through the book, they just give it a read and say, "Well, this is quite a downer. Well, thank you for retrieving this."
What is that?
I don't know that we told you before, but we sent another party before you about a month ago. They have not returned. And we have been
I
trying.
take it they met a particular ogre-infested swamp.
They seem to have been systematically killed by the Feywild itself. One of them, Johan, is a Fedeine. This is his handwriting. He just writes that he found the birthplace of his people. He just can't return. It's signed quite a while ago. Imagine that they have been gone for way too long. Part of me hoped that you would find them and bring them back before.
Oh, we found one being used as a skin suit by a Slaad.
As I say that, Agnes, the little enchantress, she just kind of gets a little bit wide-eyed as she looks at you, somewhat offended by the way that you throw that in there. And Anthony is like, "Oh, we were hoping that you would find them alive and safe and bring them back, but I guess I was hoping for too much. I suppose well, we need to contact their families. But aside from that, we'll try and get looking into that axe you guys brought, see if we can get it uncursed and what we can do with that. But other than that, you guys did good. Thank you." The guild owes you quite a lot, but our job is still not over. Have a rest. You deserve a while of respite. Try and look alive, cause as soon as we get more information, we might be sending you on another expedition.
Quick question.
Sure.
She mentioned that there's like a big vampire issue in the Southern Kingdoms. Does Nitria know about this?
Somewhat, yeah. Being a part of the Shinsu Order has to do with a lot of hunting monsters and fell creatures. You do know several colleagues of yours, Shinsus who were trained by the Order, who took upon hunting vampires because, indeed, they are a rampart problem over there in the Southern Kingdoms.
Okay.
If you, specifically, Briar, would remember, that was the whole plot of the one shot we did.
No, I don't remember. Oh, wait, I do remember now. Okay,
I
yeah.
remember. Another lifetime, but I remember.
Yeah. The Southern Kingdoms have problems with vampires, big problems, but out of sight, out of mind for you at least.
So, is there a way to unlose your memory?
Well,
I know.
the little enchantress Agnes, she looks up at you and says, well, if you find a priest in town, I believe Father Azim can help you with that, but it's quite a powerful spell, one that is somewhat costly to cast, and I don't know that it's that valuable for you to have those memories after all. If you...
I was going to say, if you want to spend the 500 gold you just earned getting your memories back, then you can.
Nah. It's fine. We know enough.
No, I can just listen to yours and
Yeah, like,
Halser's
I'm
drunken conversations about it. Gleam enough.
yeah, I mean, Nitra would trust Halser, so, and Ravroff too, so she, like, wouldn't feel the need to be like, oh, I need to remember this for myself. Anyways, so are we doing that, the 2,500 total, dividing to 500 for each of us?
Makes sense.
Yep.
I'd like
Okay.
to take mine in platinum if that's possible.
Yeah, I imagine they were giving this to us in platinum.
Sure, the guild trades it with you for platinum. Well, rather, they trade it and give it to you in platinum form.
Cool, so 50 platinum for everyone?
Yeah, 50 platinum per person.
Yay, we have money finally!
I have 65 platinum now. Hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
Now to spend it on everything.
I
Thankfully,
forgot. I was like, I only have 1 gold, and then I looked down at the platinum, and I was like, oh wait.
thankfully, you rolled high on that investigation check to find those books.
Oh yeah. No, that was a totally worthwhile use of that card.
Mm-hmm. So, aside from that, in general, the guild has no more work for you as it is, besides all of you are looking horribly beaten up and bruised and bad overall. So, they just dismiss you and wish you well on your ways for you to, respite and
And level up.
yeah, take some time away from all of your injuries. Which then I believe you guys go to the tavern to get your drinks.
Oh yes. Drinks.
Indeed.
Lots and lots of drinks for tonight. Definitely.
Okay. So, as the night descends upon the city of Redemption and the 5 of you make your way to the tavern, you start to celebrate a little bit amongst yourselves, a sort of quiet and composed celebration to begin with surviving the Feywild, or at least your first expedition to it, and you're all you're all super excited about the prospect of getting a shitload of money for getting all that stuff back. You start to imagine that if you were to return to the Feywild or go to these other planes and retrieve more magical artifacts, no matter how dangerous it is, it could pay quite nicely. And you keep that in mind. But then you quickly dismiss the thought to enjoy yourselves in celebration. So, what do you guys wish to do? So, Halser, what are you doing for your celebration?
Well, first I start drinking as usual, and then I drink more and more and more as usual. Then I high Ravrov, and yeah, I guess I see him hiding me too. So little by little we come a bit closer, and then we start talking with each other.
Alright, so Halser and Ravrov, the two of you find yourselves exchanging sweet words and, well, to a degree, and beverages a little bit more privately away from the group, as you do. And is there anything else you want to add to that?
Lube.
Rich content.
Eventual
500 GP's
retreating from the group, yeah.
Lube isn't
Yeah,
explicit. Use it to fix squeaky hinges and stuff.
Yeah, and then we go to a room, and then there is a lot of noise.
Alright, so Ravrov, you follow Halser, and despite your advanced age, you show Halser how quite in shape you are with things. And the three of you are left to your devices. So, Zach, are you doing anything?
I mean, part of me wonders if Zach is actually going to bother getting drunk and passing out, or if he's just going to sleep. He feels kind of shit right now.
We can have a couple social drinks and then head to sleep. That sounds like an excellent idea. Don't know what exactly the hell happened, but I hurt all over. Like I might even die today.
So much pain.
I mean, Nitria actually, she just didn't sustain much damage other than the only damage she took was from the tree, and that was only 8 points, so.
Oh yeah, the
And
falling
her
tree.
pride, but she forgot that.
And what?
She also took damage to her pride, but then forgot about that, so it's fine.
Wow.
Pride
She
damage.
was reminded.
So Zach, Zach, Ojuk, and Nitri, the three of you start to drink some, but not enough to, not as much as Halser seems to drink whenever he does. Just enough for you to celebrate somewhat, but eventually the aches you feel in your body, they start to scream a little bit louder, and you decide to retire. Sure.
Probably 3 silvers worth of beer or mild spirits.
Yeah. I would say that the party as a whole, each one spends 3 silver pieces on drinks. As much celebrating as you are doing, you're still not drinking that much. There's already you still have some adrenaline in your body that you feel like you don't need all the buzz from the drink, and if you were to drink too much, it would actually get worse. So you stop when you're feeling good, and that's that. All of you go to your own rooms to rest.
Well, I would want to see if Zach wants to compare anatomy notes. Of course, I'm no scientist, so maybe he can take notes while we compare anatomy.
All right. So, Ojuk, on your way out and around, you do find Zack, and you do strike up conversation, I believe.
Well,
I mean, I'm more of a chemist, but what?
I can talk about herbology, you can talk about chemistry, we can compare anatomy and sleep.
Okay.
And then you learn that Zack is the bigger of the two.
I suppose it's a possibility.
And Zack, after some talking, it dawns on you the second intentions that Ojuk seems to carry with his tone and words.
Oh no. I'm actually wondering how he would react to that.
You're not scaly enough for
Kind of.
me.
Oh, I guess once he finds out that what Ojuk's intents are, it's like, no, this isn't this isn't gonna work.
Oh, I'm sorry. Maybe you'll just settle for a massage since we're both kind of beat up. I promise I won't get inappropriate.
Okay.
So, through several awkward moments here and there, Ojuk, you learn that seemingly Zack doesn't seem quite interested. In fact, you seem to recall that ever since you met the man, you never ever heard him talk about such things or saw him partaking in such things, and you wonder to yourself, how did you let that observation blow past you? But
It was the horns, I'm sorry.
But regardless, you do help him up, ease his pain through some consensual, non-lewd massages, just rubbing each other's shoulder for a little bit, until the awkwardness in the air becomes too much to bear, and then each one of you parts to your own way. But that's not what Nitria sees. Nitria, you just see Ojuk and Zack getting up, whispering together and leaving to a direction, and then you realize that you're the last one standing, single. So
Yeah, she's all right. She was sitting there, she was keeping an eye on Rav and Halser until she knows they went off to do what they do.
all right.
And but after she knows they're like secure in the room, she would go back to the guild to go to bed. But she is curious about this little bag that she has.
All right. So Nitria, you go back to the guild, still looking at this bag that you keep in your hand. Is this very aromatic bread with little sprigs and little fruits embedded into it, and it's quite curious. You're not entirely sure how you came. Well, you have heard the stories, but to hear the stories of what happened and how you came to have this bread in your possession, it just feels odd. Eventually, you make your way back to your bedroom. You put the bag with the bread down in your bed, and you start to take off your armor and your clothes to relax, and possibly have a bath to wash away all the blood. And as you do, and you look yourself in front of a mirror, you realize that there's a big, dark mark on your neck that looks like tree roots.
Oh boy.
And that is where we're gonna end today's episode.
Well.
Well, indeed. So, lovely boys and girls, this should have happened last week, but it didn't, so we're gonna be doing this right now. Everyone gets to level up.
Yay!
So you're all
Hooray.
level 5 now.
Level 5 EXP is what?
I think you could just put the level in manually. Like if you click the gear in the upper right and change the level. Oh wait, I'm doing a custom.
Yeah, you can't
class.
do that.
Yeah.
Just throw like 1,000,000 into experience, but just level up once.
I'll look it up, Doug. It's okay.
No, it's okay.
What do you recover when you take a long rest? I assume we're accounting for long rest now.
Level times your charisma your constitution mod.
Constitution.
Yeah.
Minimum 1 if your constitution is 10 or lower.
So I have kind of 3,
get-
so that's 15, right?
Yep.
Yeah, you'll recover 15 hit points, which should bring you up to maximum.
Yes it does. Oh, well, maybe because my hit point maximum would increase right now.
You do gain the hit points from the increase as well.
Okay, what is my new HP? I need to open up my class thing. I'm pretty sure it's a D6. Or not D6, a flat 6, because I do standard.
No, it actually is a D6 because
What?
the full dice from the class is only at a first level character, not first level.
Hit points at higher level, 1d10 or 6.
Oh,
Yes.
God's
yes.
modifier.
Sorry.
Yeah, I'm like, no, I take the flat rate. That is
One
what
of
I've
these
always
things
done.
is not like the other.
Sorry, I thought you were talking about something else.
No. I am very, like, I like chance. I like rolling. HP is not something I tempt the fates on.
Oh yeah, definitely not.
So that's 6 plus 3. I now have 49 HP. Yay.
42.
I'm at 60 actually.
Plus, all of you
Nice.
guys get new abilities from your
Teehee.
new levels, I believe, and
Half of which is extra attack.
Yep.
yeah, pretty much. And something else happens as you guys are gaining things. Someone loses something, but we'll get you who and what next time around.
We know who
Fun
it is.
stuff.
Oh yeah, you know who it is. You totally know who it is.
I mean, we know who it is. I'm just curious as to what is lost. I didn't even get to taste.
Second level spells. Ooh.
My level up is an exciting one.
I'm gonna have to wait until a ridiculously high level to get some more decent hit points.
Oh wait, hold on.
Level 13. I have something fun planned for level 9.
Oh, I know. Everyone has something fun planned for something.
Oh
Well,
yeah.
next level's gonna be fun, because I change classes next level. I'm wondering how I'm gonna deal with that.
Yeah, me too. I wonder how I'm gonna put it in your new class on the little thing here on the overlay that I show everyone. It's gonna be tricksy.
It's going to involve a lot of crying.
Oh, you know it. That will be crying all night, all over. Regardless, I would like to thank all of you guys, the 5 of you, for taking the time to come and play some more D&D with me and this nice, fancy group of friends. Once again, sorry for not having a game for the past 2 weeks. things were happening and breaks were needed. Well, not breaks per se, but still.
That's okay.
Yeah, games could not be run. But we're back with more D&D, the 7th episode, where you guys are finally level 5 and able to cast Fireball, except that none of you can.
Nope.
Whoop.
But it...
We only have one spellcaster that can cast that level spell, and he can't learn Fireball. Oh no.
Yeah, but if you could, you just imagine the chaos that this party would be. But yeah, you're welcome to level 5 and to interplanar travel and exploration. It's gonna be fun throwing up new, well, other planes at you guys. And by fun, I mean I need to think up of new stuff and see how well that balances. But anyway,
Hooray.
thank you guys so very much for playing with me. And to everyone else over at Twitch, thank you guys so very much for sticking around, watching this new episode of Conquerors of Nolyn. We're back. And this time for real. If you guys like D&D, you can always go over to the wiki, where we, every now and then, mostly, post updates to what's going on with the games. If you have missed an episode or want to know exactly who this character is, who their relationships are, or you know that this or that spell or skill that they have that they keep using and you're not entirely sure what it is, you can always go over to the wiki and read a little bit more about that and figure out what the hell is a Fedeine. If that's not up to your speed, you can always rewatch previous games, including the previous campaign, to find out what Fedeines are. And if you prefer to do that, you can always go over to the YouTube and watch the replays. But if you're not a fan of watching previous things, but a fan of watching new things, tune in for in about 2 hours from now, when there will be another game that'll be running for Team Yellow as they make their way back from the Shadowfell, hopefully alive and in one piece and without losing their goddamn minds. Other than that, thank you guys so very much for sticking around and watching, and I'll be seeing you later. Goodbye, Twitch people.